Beyond Saltmarsh is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned. Hello, friends. How are you tonight? My name's Dave. I'm your humble dungeon master from the Superior Adventurers Guild, coming to you live from the shores of Lake Superior in Minnesota. Well, not all of us are in Minnesota. With the magic of the internet, we can be all over the place, but our hearts are here on the shores of Lake Superior. We are the Superior Adventurers Guild. We'll be jumping back into some Beyond Saltmarsh, but before we do that, I want to introduce you again to our players. Say hi to the Deg Gang. Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
How's it going, everybody? My name's Andy. I'm playing Rhunar Deg, 8th level dual sword wielding Battlemaster fighter, captain of the Good Buddy, fighter with no cause. Or perhaps he's looking for one. Or maybe he just likes slashing things. I don't know.
I think he likes slashing things.
That's what I would say.
Hello, I'm Kirk. I'm playing Byron Hern, the 7th level rogue, 1st level fighter, variant human. I am chaotic neutral, and I do all of the things with that in mind. I am a ship repairer, carpenter, master, sleight of hander, and stealther, and I think you look wonderful tonight.
Wow, what a gentleman.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, it's me, Chad, aka North Shore DM, although I'm not wearing my DM hat. I'm wearing a Skull and Crossbones headband. You know, I'm playing Irin Coalbiter. He's a dwarf. He's a monk. He's a blacksmith. Everyone else is doing fancy things. He does perception well. He is athletic.
He's a perceiver.
He's a perceiver.
Wow.
Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Just out looking for my brother on the high seas, hanging with these yahoos.
Yahoos! Hi, I'm Michael. I'm playing Theo, who, as we learned last session, is not afraid to apparently just escalate things to a little bit creepy.
Ooh.
That got a little out of hand last session, I'm not going to lie, but I think we probably made the point, and that's what Theo is here to do. He's here to sail the high seas, have high adventure, and make the damn point. Also, I guess he's a Hexblade Warlock if, people care about that stuff. I don't know. I'm just here to do things to people. Anyway, back to Dave.
/ necromancer, right? Or that's
Necromancer.
that's the running theory anyhow. The decromancer.
That's right.
Yes. Well, before we get started, we
My
do.
secret.
That's right. Before we get started, we do have a couple of announcements. I'll start with me. There, as you might be able to see at the bottom of the screen, down Chad point and Michael point. There you go. There we have a new March follower goal. If you guys are watching, if anybody's watching on Twitch and you like what you see, please follow us. We appreciate that. We do have a last weekend's Roll Your Doom interview up on our VOD here on Twitch, so check that out. Chad and I sat down with Jeff Stevens and had an awesome conversation about the publishing process and putting together teams to create awesome D&D content. So check that stuff out. Chad, you have an announcement or two.
I have two announcements. Ha ha. Speaking of Roll Your Doom, next Saturday, right? 2 weeks from last Saturday, the 13th of March, we will be back with another episode of Roll Your Doom, where at least a portion of my fellows here, and me and Dave will get together right here on this channel and talk about our experiences with the Index Card RPG game, Altered State game that I ran a couple of weeks back, and kind of talk about some different things that have to do with system differences and what we thought and things like that, and just have a good time talking as bros. Also, other second announcement, super excited. March 18th, which is a Thursday, at 7 p.m. So, like, at this time, we will be right here on this channel with a new game with some players that you will know. Some players will be new to you. We will be playing the Svealand campaign setting by Dream Realm Storytellers. It is a Norse myth-inspired campaign setting where I will be the dungeon master, and I will be managing a troop of, I don't know, folks trying to get by in the cold, bloody north. It's going to be badass. I'm really excited. My players are overly enthusiastic. That 18th game will be our session 0, so you will get to see us make characters and kind of do some world building and get set. And it's going to be every week. So yeah, that's all of my announcements.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chad. Kirk has a special announcement.
Yep. Hello, I'm Kirk. I'm playing Byron Hern. Oh yeah, wait.
We did that part already.
Yep. This is a special shout out to a special lady out there, who's always been good to me, always taking care of me, always loved me.
Aww.
Mom, it's your birthday.
Oh, Mom.
Happy
Kirk's
birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Love you.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Blessed to be your son, seriously.
What's Kirk's mom's name?
Linda. I won't say my last name.
All right. Linda, I won't
Just
say my
Linda.
last name. Thanks for watching. We know you're our #1 Twitch fan, and we appreciate
dedicate
that.
my first dick punch to you, Linda. Happy birthday.
Oh, Linda. What a gal.
It's gonna be me too. Just watch.
This
is
happens
for
to be
all
the
the pain you caused your mom.
This happens to be the episode where the party turns on Byron. So get ready for that.
I've been waiting for it. We keep the necromancer, get rid of the rogue.
Right. All right.
Well, we'll still keep the rogue.
That's why we have the necromancer.
That's why we have the necromancer.
All right, let's Linda, thank you. Let's jump into a quick recap of the last session. So in our last episode, the Deg Gang had returned to the Weary Traveler after doing a bit of a stakeout and an infiltration of this fancy masquerade party where this kind of ne'er-do-well man of suspicion, Turvelsil, actually a tiefling of suspicion, and his quote-unquote family were preparing to hold some sort of a mysterious ritual. So the party got back to the Weird Travel. 2 things happened. Number 1, a man raced into the tavern relating to some of the patrons that another mutilated body had been discovered in the void. It looks as though the Monmurg Ripper was at it again. Theo overheard this and had made a suggestion to the party that they do some sort of an investigation. At that same time, number 2, a mob of angry-looking people led by this bald-headed man with a deep scar across his face, a guy by the name of Ronaldo, rushed into the bar as well with an ogre. And a Kenku at the bar pointed out the party as the ones who had attacked the Malamon warehouse a couple episodes previous in the Rare Fruits of Monmurg episode, Fruit Fight. So they were pointed out by the Kenku. The mob starts to close in on the party. Patrons of the bar scatter and begin to disperse. The barkeep, a man named William, requests that the fighting be contained to a fight pit to minimize the collateral damage. And you guys, for the most part, you guys did a really nice job of doing that. Irin steps forward to accept Ronaldo's challenge, and the 2 squared off for a fight, trading blows. Irin taking a couple of really early substantial hits and some stomp attacks, but then eventually grappling the brute, dropping him to the ground in a pretty awesome submission. And the ogre steps forward to get involved as he does, Rhunar flung a dagger across the room and stuck him right in the eye, using his new sharpshooter ability, which was pretty epic. But even so, the beast's club came down and smashed Irin. Irin was kind of taking the brunt of the damage at this point. Full-blown bar brawl breaks out. Byron stabs the mob leader. You know how Byron does it. Theo, kind of surprising everyone, banished the deck wizard, which was pretty epic. Took him out of the game. Yeah. And then, kind of an unexpected turn of events, Irin was able, in the middle of combat, to fool the ogre into hesitating, kind of convincing the ogre basically that Irin was the ogre's friend who had died, Hargren, which was really weird. It was strange but effective technique. You know, monks, how they do these things. Crazy monk shit, I guess. Rhunar sliced through the mob leader with his scimitars, Byron driving his rapier through the ogre's spinal column, kind of laying to rest the confusion at that point. Theo used conscripted soul to raise a specter from the fallen leader of this group. At that point, any of the bar patrons that were still around making bets on the fight took off, pretty much terrified at the sight of this creature. Rest of the thugs moved in to support their pals, but were rebuffed for their efforts. Ronaldo attempted to break Irin's grapple, but failed. Rhunar steps in to end him with a blade through the face. It got pretty ugly. The rest of Malman's men fled. At that point, Theo bringing the deck wizard back from some hellish plane that he was stuck on. And the deck wizard kind of freaked out, looks around, and then he just basically ran off and disappeared. And that's when I played this. That one's for you, Kirk. Now, the barkeep got paid for the hassle. You guys provided him with sort of a payoff, which he was pretty happy about. And then you guys set out to follow up on this lead. You searched the darkness, following the sound of a bell that drew you into a crime scene investigation that was in progress. Theo tried to use his deception and persuasion to sort of pull rank on the port guards, flashing a illusion of a hold warden badge. Didn't really go over well at first. Irin, working the crowd, was able to talk with an old woman that pointed out a couple of different things about the attacks, including a puddle of black ichor that nobody had really noticed. Eventually, the gang talked their way up to the corpse, found that it had been opened from sternum to abdomen, and that the vital organs were missing from the body, and it was splattered with this black ichor that they were now seeing in a variety of different locations. Irin learned a little bit more about how these murders had been taking place over a couple of months, residents believing that there was some sort of a demon at play, roaming in the void, seeking out its victims. Irin gathered some information about these bald-headed fanatics that were running around in red robes in the neighborhood. And with a high arcana check and smart use of detect magic, Theo was able to identify a trail of ichor that led off into the darkness. And they followed the trail with two port guards running behind them, trying to keep pace with them as they made their way through the streets of the void, this dilapidated, rundown part of Monmurg. Eventually, the trail leading them to an abandoned building, and with Theo's eldritch sight, he was able to plainly see a distinct glowing green, ichor-stained handprint on the partially open door that leads into the building. And that, my friends, is where we left off last time. So you guys are across the street. You had just arrived, breathing heavy from running. There's two port guard with you. They made it as far as you did, and they're sort of standing behind you, and you're all looking at this building across the street. So it's on the other side of the street from where you are.
He was just like, okay, let's take a minute. I'd really like to tie up this axe wound from earlier. And he looks to the guards. Maybe one of you wants to go let your people know what is happening here?
Yeah, I know it's not super exciting, but I kind of need to take a short rest to collect myself.
The guards kind of look at each other, and one of them says, "Who are you guys again?"
Two things. One, we are the Deg Gang. And two, it doesn't matter who we are.
What?
The killer's in there. Don't you need to let people know so you can do something about it if we don't first?
I'll just go up to him. Rhunar Deg, Captain of the Good Buddy. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, okay. You stay here?
Yeah, you should tell your captain that we followed this trail here.
1 second, sir. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. One of them takes off running. The other one stands there. All right. What are we gonna do? Should we
We are
go
going
bust in
to-
there?
Not yet.
No,
We're
we're
going
gonna burn
to.
this whole block to the ground.
We are not doing that either.
Oh, whoa.
First thing
I think
we are
that's
doing is ducking into this alley and keeping an eye on it, and then I am going to bandage up this sucking axe wound because it sucks.
Mm.
It's been a very bad night.
I have a couple burns.
So a bit of a stakeout then. All right. Yeah. Okay. I like
Yeah.
it. All right.
I suppose the entire side of my face is probably just a giant bruise from that ogre's club.
Yeah. You guys are pretty beaten. I mean, it was a pretty brutal fight.
Wait a minute. Before we do this, come here. Come here. Oh God, Irin Coalbiter. Irin Coalbiter. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Yeah.
Just this is gonna feel really weird. And Theo just reaches out, puts a hand on his face, and then there's just little arcs of electrical blue energy. And hold on. He gets back 19 hit points as I cast Cure Wounds for the first time.
Whoa, nice.
19. Hey, Dave,
Yes.
can you show me my character token from before so I can see what my hit points were at?
Sure.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Oh, didn't have it on your sheet.
It doesn't. Yeah, I always forget that I could just go and muck about with my sheet.
There you go. I just plopped you guys over so you can see the
All right, 46.
your tokens.
Okay, plus 19.
So are we officially short resting now?
I hope so. That was my last
Okay.
spell slot till we do.
I'm gonna use one of my hit dice.
Guys, we don't have time to rest, and I'll reach into my bag and I'll take out 4 potions.
Well, that's not
That's
the
true.
only issue
Well,
here.
I'm out of mojo, so unless you
Yeah.
want to go in there depleted, I need to take a
Well,
breather.
You,
Okay,
I'm just,
I'll
I'm
put the
just,
potions
yeah.
back.
I used up a lot of my resources, should we say?
Guys, well, I mean, yeah, I suppose. And the Steamans only killed what, 12 people, 13 people.
We got it cornered.
Do we though? We don't really know what's on the other side of this door.
It's already hours ahead of us, probably.
That's true. The trail's only going to get colder.
And if we wait,
Hey, guard dude, what's your name?
Turgent.
Turgent. Hey, what's the I don't know, catacomb situation like here in Monmurg?
Catacombs.
Yeah. You got like sewers and stuff?
Not down here. Everything just kind of flows down the hill.
Fair enough.
You know what they say about shit rolling.
Yeah, don't be at the bottom.
Right. Well, that's where
I
we
have
are,
very
basically.
bad news. He is. What he said. Theo just in a corner wrapping an axe wound like
That explains the smell. I'm gonna go to pull out my pipe to smoke it. It's not there though, because it got stolen. Oh,
ooh. Irin, what's wrong?
my pipe's gone.
Your pipe?
Yeah, the pipe that I bought.
Did you
When we all
drop
bought
it?
pipes. Nope,
Oh man, that sucks.
not here.
I'm just gonna light up my pipe.
Theo sighs, pulls out his cheap clay pipe and just hands it over to Irin with like a bandage in his mouth like
I would give you one if I had an extra one.
I'll smoke that pipe.
Everybody
I
roll
can-
up.
I can help
Everybody
you with
roll a
those bandages.
perception check for me,
Oh, perception check.
and call out what you get, just so that we know.
12.
I got like 10.
Got a 13.
11.
Oh no,
That
never mind. I
rolls.
got a 7. Look, bandaging takes a lot of attention, okay?
Yes.
Let's see what Turgent got.
Ooh.
What does
And
it
that's
matter?
why he's with
Turgent's
the
the
town
one
watch.
stealing from us. Turgent takes out my pipe and starts smoking it. You son of a bitch! I knew this was a shakedown the whole time.
He looks around at you and also pulls out a pipe and starts smoking. And he's watching. He says, What is that? Hey, look! You guys look over and you see 5 individuals that are walking down the street in your direction. And he just kind of gets down low, puts his hand over his pipe bowl, and he's just watching as they walk forward.
Theo will slowly slide down as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive into the shadows with my hood up.
Okay. Are you guys hiding?
So,
Oh, I am
Most
100%.
definitely.
what's
Just
the
being real quiet.
What's a quick description of like our immediate area? Like, you
So,
know,
yeah.
is there like some
As I
crates
mentioned,
or
you're across the street from the house that you're surveilling. You're on the side street. There's spaces between the hovels that you can get into. There's not like a lot of shrubbery. There are some dead trees, some very small shrubs along the edges of the buildings themselves. But there are places to hide kind of between these hovels. There are no lights. It's very dark. There you hear some noises, a dog barking. You hear some low voices. You can't make out anything in terms of what they're saying, but there's room. I guess long story short, there's room in between some of these hovels that you could hide in if you wanted to hide.
Definitely
Right.
looking to hide.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who's trying to hide, roll a stealth check for me.
Got a 29.
Nice.
Yeah, he did. That's a
16.
16 for Rhunar.
12 for Theo.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hide.
Oof. Turgeon is 7. And Irin's not hiding. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Is there like a something to lean against?
You could lean against one of the hovels.
Yeah, I'll lean against the hovel and just like very obviously be out for a smoke with this pipe in my hovel, in my very fine clothes.
That's true.
I-
You're very fine, but also bloodied and torn.
Yeah.
No,
So maybe I
after the
fit in a
fight.
little bit better, I suppose.
All right. So these individuals are walking towards you.
Wow, I
And-
don't even think they see me.
They don't notice anything. They have their eyes fixed on this building, and you watch as one by one these 5 individuals slip inside of the building.
They dressed. What do they
Yeah.
look like?
What did they look like?
Roll perception checks for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be like eyeballing them.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
15.
Theo got an
Rhunar.
8.
I got a 10. I rolled a
10 for
3.
Irin.
All our
Theo-
hopes lie with Rhunar Deg.
What'd Byron roll? A 9?
I got a
Let's-
9.
Let's see
I had
what
a 15. Yeah.
Let's see what Turgeon does.
Ooh,
Turgeon rolls a
16.
16.
He's a perceptive
He is a
guy.
good town watchman. That man
He
needs
is.
a promotion.
He's not bad. Rhunar,
Turgeon?
you and Turgeon both see that these 5 men, are all bald-headed. They have heavy
Very
cloaks on,
suspicious.
and one of them has facial hair, a pretty stout, thick beard, well-groomed. The other ones have no facial hair. And that's basically all you can tell. It's pretty dark.
So look at your screens, folks. That's it.
Yeah, it's like 5 of those cult guys. In red,
5
in
cultists
red
right
robes.
here.
One of them had a beard.
It's probably been, I would say, about, let's see. Hold on. It has been,
1 week.
it's been 25 minutes since you got to this location and started your rest.
We're waiting.
All right.
We are currently a slave to the mechanical needs of the game.
You guys want to play just like a game of cards while we sit around here? And
Don't you
let's
think
play
we should?
rest?
No, man.
Don't you think we should do something? Should we?
Nah, man. You're
give
a
it a
town
minute.
guard, right?
Yeah, port guard.
You sent your buddy to go get more guards, right?
Yeah.
So do you want to go in there and die by yourself, or do you want to go in there and kill everyone in there with all your buddies?
I mean, that's a good argument.
That's solid. I'll play a game.
Let's play a game of cards. And I'll take out some cards.
Fuck it, let's play cards.
Put 2 gold on this one.
You guys start playing a little bit of cards, and he loses to you. Not gold though. He's not betting with that. He's not as wealthy as you guys are, but he loses 5-6 copper.
I'll take all 6 of those.
Yep. You hear a shout at about another 10 to 20 minutes into your rest. So you're looking at about 45 minutes. You hear a shout, and you see 2 of the men running back out of this hovel, this dilapidated building, and they race down the street into the darkness. He looks over and he turns to you and he just says, "Another game?"
Yep.
Eventually,
If 2 more run out of there, we'll go in and kill that one.
you don't see anybody else come out.
I'm wondering if those 2 went out and ran because the other 3 are dead.
It is possible. Perhaps whatever it is they have in there has decided not to play nice.
Do you want me to go take a peek inside?
How did they know to go
No,
there?
not yet.
You guys are just about finished up with your rest as a couple additional port guards show up at your location. There's 6 of them, and one of them is the inspector that you had chatted with at the crime scene, and he comes up behind you and says, "What are we looking at, boys?"
Got a full house.
So first, there is a bloody ichor handprint on the front of the building, which of course is the problem. Half an hour ago, 5 people matching the description of these cultists, big red robes, bald head, beard, or one of them with beard, sorry, went inside. About 10 minutes ago, there was some shouting and only 2 ran out. So there's at least 3 inside. Maybe they're dead, maybe they're not. We don't know.
We didn't hear much else though. We didn't hear anything.
Didn't hear
like
a fight.
Scuffle or anything. Yeah.
And possibly whatever left this trail of black ooze as well. We figured we'd wait for the town guard back as backup.
We've got a couple more men down past the building. You can't really see them from here, but we've got the place surrounded. What do you say we go take a look? And he pulls out a longsword and starts walking across to the opening of the door.
Theo makes a gesture, and there's a great sword in his hand suddenly. He's like, "That sounds like an excellent idea."
Are we officially at our short rest time limit?
You guys have had a short rest, we'll say.
All right.
So if you need to use hit dice, go ahead and use hit dice.
I did already.
I don't even know what that means for me. I've never taken a short rest with this character. That's not true.
Oof. Byron. Some rough rolls, a couple of natty ones. There we go. There's an 8.
Eee.
Man, I got a 10 on my 1 dice.
How do we even do that? I just roll hit die? There we go.
Yeah, just click on your hit dice on your character sheet.
Oh, I just rolled them manually. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you might not get your...
Oh, wow. And it automatically changed it on my character sheet. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
you get
weird.
Did it
like
really?
a
It didn't on
something.
mine.
Well, either that or it updated and it ignored that I had changed. Well, no, because my key points are still at.
Theo
what
is
it
going to
was.
follow the inspector general in, or the
Yeah.
inspector. Sorry, he's
Yeah,
probably
I'll
not a
follow him
general.
as well.
If he is good on him,
He is indeed
Yeah,
not a
I'll
general.
follow him too.
Okay, so he takes the lead. He seems to be a pretty capable looking fellow. Probably mid-30s, human, tall. His hair is cut super short, kind of not bald, but a very short stubble on his head, shaved to the skin on the sides. He looks tough and mean, and you get a sense that there's a lot of reverence for him from the men. That he seems to be well regarded with the rest of the ports guard. And he walks up with his sword drawn, and he just kind of pushes on the door to open it, and it starts to swing open little by little, and he pushes it in, and you look inside, and it's dark. It's really dark, and he looks back, and one of the other guys comes up with the as he's lighting a torch.
Oh, Inspector, I have better eyes, if I may.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was gonna don my helmet.
Okay. So he's got a torch behind you guys. You've got a helmet on, and you have dark vision, Theo. Sure.
Theo has elf eyes, so he's going to use those elf eyes to kind of just peer around the corner.
You look inside, and what you can see from where you are at the front door is debris, broken floorboards, a bed that's broken. The mattress sort of flopped sideways, hanging off a wooden frame, a smashed dresser. There's what appears to be a broken battle axe on the ground. It looks terrible inside. Like very few people have been in here or have used it as a primary residence for a long, long time. It looks pretty bad. There is a room that's about 15 feet by 15 feet. So it's from you at the main door, 15 feet back. There is an additional door that leads into a room behind. And you get the sense from what you've seen on the outside of this building to now what you're sort of seeing from the inside, that it's sort of an L-shaped design. Small. It's probably 30 feet in total if you were to look at a map, by 30 feet length by width. So it's not a huge place. But that's what you can see in this first room.
Theo utters a word, and his eyes, of course, go ice blue and cast Detect Magic, just to see if he can still see the trail of Iker.
There are pools and footsteps now of Iker inside this main room that lead into the back room.
Theo just kind of points at it with his sword and goes, trail, back room.
Well, let's check it out.
Let me go first. And I'll sneak up to the door.
Do you have any way to be able to see anything?
No.
He reaches out to hand you the torch. If you want to take the torch.
I'll ask him to follow me while I sneak up. But stay a little ways away, so
he'll be
I have enough
he'll be
light.
right behind you, like maybe 5 feet or so.
Yeah, and Theo's going to kind of fan out to support them off to one side.
Okay. Byron, how far into this room do you go?
I will just look for the Iker in the dim torchlight, see if I can see it with my naked eye, and move towards the door.
Roll a perception check.
And I will have my sword and shield out at this point if we're going to be going into this thing. So.
Okay. Nice. You don't really obviously you're not seeing any glowing Iker. You see, and you step into is really how you first see it, a puddle that's in front of you of this black goo, and it kind of sticks to your foot as you lift your foot up a little bit. It's pretty viscous, but then you can start to see it. It sort of shimmers in the torchlight a little bit, so you get a little glimpse of the torchlight in these small pools, these footstep pools of Iker, and they lead into the back room. It's pretty obvious once your eyes adjust.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move up to the door and I'll make sure it's, unlocked and there's no mechanisms to trap us or anything like that.
Okay. You move into the next room.
Yeah.
Let's see. With that perception check, you don't detect any traps or anything as you move forward. But this place, what you do detect is that the floor is kind of squishy and the floorboards are broken in a lot of places, and it's very hazardous in terms of just walking through this building. It is not a safe. It's not up to code. Let's put it that way. If Monmurg has building codes, this would definitely be a violation. And you can see one of the guards is taking note. One of the ports guards is taking notes on the violations. Yep, broken floorboards, infested with rats.
Do I see him doing this? You
No,
said I saw him doing this?
you're far enough ahead where he's kind of
Okay.
behind you. So you're in the lead, and then there's the guy holding the torch. You
Oh
move
man,
into
I
the
would have scolded the crap out of him.
you move
And
into the
now we
back
know that-
room.
Byron has a complex about building inspectors.
Another complex? Wow.
No,
He's a
I'm just
complex
saying, like, what are
character.
you doing?
Yeah, he is
We're
very
here.
complex.
What happened to you, man?
He had a rough childhood.
I was in a dungeon. It was poorly built. Killed all my friends.
Byron, as you and the man behind you move into the back room, it's one large room, 15 feet depth and 30 feet in width from side to side. You walk into it and it opens to the left. And you look around and the guy is holding the torch behind you, and you cast a shadow along the wall. And as you sort of turn and he turns, you can see that there is a pile of debris, desks, tables, broken chairs. It looks like some broken weapons, and there's a sort of a dilapidated fireplace with the stonework has fallen into piles in front of it. Piles of old wood that looked like they maybe had been set there for repair work that never got done. But as you kind of step into the room a little bit more, you see from the torchlight that there are, in and about this pile of wooden debris, there are bodies. It's unclear how many, but there are human bodies that seem to be sort of tossed in with the wooden debris. Some of them that are mainly skeletonized, desiccated, and look as though they've been there for a while. Others that are a little bit more fresh. Nothing that looks like what you saw earlier at the crime scene, though.
Super fresh.
And certainly not our three boys.
I'll start moving towards the bodies to see if I see anyone that may have entered recently. If I see any of their bodies in the pile.
Okay. Is anybody else moving into this room with Byron and the inspector and the torchman?
Theo will. Theo
Okay.
is looking for those ichor pools and footprints to see where they go.
So,
Kind of-
Theo, as you step into the room, you look around and you don't notice the bodies right away, because you're following this ichor trail, and you look to the right. Everybody else is looking to the left. You turn to the right and you see that there is a broken trap door in the floor, and there's a pool of ichor right next to the trap door. Not a trapped door, but a trap door that you can like open and go into, that leads into like a sub basement area.
Theo just kind of hisses, door here.
Everybody kind of turns. Irin, did you walked into the room as well?
It's gonna, I guess, give a more detailed look at the first room just to make sure there wasn't nothing that we missed at all.
Roll an investigation check for me. What about you, Rhunar? What are you doing?
Oh no! Get there, roll. Come on, really? A 3 again? I rolled
They're
a
angry.
7. I got a 7.
The dice gods are angry with Irin tonight. All that dick punching's finally catching up with you, I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I'm
Irin,
not
you
gonna
really
stop.
don't find anything that's really that useful in terms of clues, other than the idea that this place is abandoned. It hasn't been used in a long time. What you do pick up though is just that there are broken weapons in and among the rubble that's in this front room. A couple of
How are they-
axes.
How are they broken? Are they like, say, broken from
The steel is
disrepair?
intact. Yeah, the steel is intact. The shafts are snapped and broken and splintered. So the
okay.
heads of the axes are basically just kind of laying there broken. It looks like they've been chewed on a little bit.
Okay.
So Theo, go ahead.
Shout out to Pete Lutenberg for being Pete Lutenberger for being the first person not in our group to subscribe to our Twitch channel.
Wow.
Oh.
Thanks for the subscription, Pete. You old rascal.
Yeah.
What a guy! What a guy!
Nice.
Or person.
We love you, Pete.
I don't know.
Whoever you are, however you identify, we think you're great. Theo, you're in this room now. You've noticed this. Oh boy, here we go. You're in the room and you've detected this trapdoor. What do you do?
Theo is going to just make sure everyone is aware of it. He's kind of letting other people investigate first, and then he's just kind of hissing, "That means it might be below us."
A couple of the guards right next to you turn and look down at the trapdoor with you. So there's 3 of you standing over the top of it while the others are investigating this pile of rubble and looking at the bodies and trying to ascertain what happened there. And one of the guards takes a torch and holds it over and looks down, and you can just see that it appears to be wet. The basement floor is dirt or mud or something, and it is probably about 10 to 15 feet below you. And he uses his sword blade just to lift a little bit of the wooden debris out of the way and kind of flip it out of the way so that you can see the full aperture of the opening that goes down. And he looks over at you. He looks over at the other guy. He says, "Well, we're going to have to go down there, aren't we?" And he looks in there.
As soon as everyone's here.
He says, "Get some rope." And one of the other guys gets some rope, and they toss the end of the rope down into the
Rhunar,
pit.
Irin.
So it's just a hole. There's no stairs or a ladder or anything.
No.
Okay.
What's the floor look like, say, in this front room? Like, is it like solid slats? Is it kind of shitty? So, like, can you see into a basement that may or may not be below this front room?
So the boards are broken. Some of them are missing pieces of them. Do you try to look through the boards and kind of like get down and take a look?
I don't know that I want to necessarily get down, but I'll look down. I'll make a concerted effort to look. I'm not going to bend over and look, but
Sure.
if I can see,
roll a perception check for me, sir.
just to kind of see what I'm working
Get a
with.
feel for it.
Yeah. I have an idea that might be, fuck me, 12.
You look down through where the largest opening in the boards are. Like, it almost looks like somebody stepped on the board and it snapped like that and opened up.
Yeah.
And you can see down, and you see ground right there, almost like right below the floorboard. So
okay.
You get the feeling from that it must be a basement that was dug in the back.
In the
underneath
back.
the back
Okay.
room. Yep.
I guess I won't try to jump through the floor to surprise what's ever down there then.
So back to Theo and the guards, they kind of, lower this rope down, and the inspector comes back over to where you are. He says, "All right. Turgeon."
I'll go. No, I'll go.
I'll go
You
as
sure
well.
about that?
Yeah.
Look, someone's already tried to murder me once tonight. If it doesn't happen to me again, I'm just going to feel disappointed. And with that, Theo just kind of grabs the rope and hops down.
As you grab the rope and get ready to go down, I imagine you have to like dismiss your sword so that you can use both hands to go down the rope. As you do that, you hear shouting from outside. "Holy shit! What is that? What is it?" And you hear there's like some sort of a debris sound from below you, and you don't know what it is. You go down.
I'll run out the front.
There's running from outside and then a debris sound below me.
A debris sound below you as though boards are being snapped and broken, and then shouts outside. Irin, you run
down.
outside. Okay,
Yeah,
Theo
I'll run
drops down. Irin, you run
I was in the
outside.
front room.
Roll a perception check, Irin, as you run out the door to see what the hell's going on. And Theo,
Come on.
you also roll a perception check for me when you get down
Come
and
on,
land.
perception. Come on, buddy.
Dave, I'd like to go right after Theo.
Okay,
All right, a 16. That's way better than I've been rolling.
much better.
Got an 18. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Irin, you run outside and you see, as you step out the front door, you see three of the ports guards run past you, heading west. And they're like, "He's going, he's running." And you look up ahead and you can see a small, you're not sure really what it is, other than it's like sort of a small statured person running with some sort of insane speed that even you, as a pretty fast dwarf, are kind of blown away at how fast this individual is running away from the building.
This little guy.
Yep.
I'll yell, "Rhunar! and then I'm gonna take off.
I'll be like, shit.
You're gonna chase him.
Well, yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna
cool.
chase him.
All right,
This is
Uh,
I dedicate everything that happens tonight to Linda. It's her
Linda,
birthday,
this
so
is
we
for you,
have
Linda.
to chase. We have to chase this
Yeah.
guy.
This is for you, Linda. All right, so you take off running. Irin runs, and Theo, you drop down, and as you hit the ground, you kind of come down hard into a kind of a wet area, right? And you kind of splash, and you look around with your dark vision, and you can see that there are 3 freshly killed bodies that are laying in this kind of pool of refuse, water. You're not sure exactly what you're standing in, but it stinks really bad down here. There are 3 bodies, bald-headed individuals who are wearing cloaks, likely the same individuals that you saw. Well, definitely the same individuals that you saw running out, kind of that same look. One of them has a beard that's pretty well kept, but they are all cut open, and you get the sense that something reached inside of their bodies. It certainly isn't the same level of precision of dissection that you saw on the body that you found earlier in the evening, more of like a rushed job. But they look as though something has reached inside of them and torn them from the inside out. You also look over to the right, and you can see that the side wall, which is kind of a narrow, probably 2.5 foot from the ceiling or the floor of the upper room to where the foundation is on the outside of the house. It looks as though something bashed through the wooden sideboards and ran out the side, left the building through this hole that it created by bashing through the siding of this building. And
Theo
you also can see, you kind of peer out that a little bit, and you can see guards over there kind of looking at the hole, looking back at you. Oh.
Theo just yells back up, 3 bodies, missing organs. It just ran, and Theo was trying to go through that hole and to take off as well.
Yeah, you're able to get through the hole.
It's like Ace Ventura, just getting birthed from the rhino.
Yep, you birth yourself from this ichor-covered, splattered, dilapidated workshop.
No, bad.
Yeah. Byron and Rhunar, what are you guys doing? Rhunar, do you follow Theo?
Yeah, I wasn't going to let Theo go down there by himself, so I was
Yeah.
right on his tail, basically. And if he's heading out that way, I'm not going to waste time with the bodies. I'm just going to keep going with him.
All
yeah,
right.
right behind him.
Byron, what are you doing?
If I heard Irin scream Rhunar, I'm gonna have followed Irin out the front door.
Okay.
Because we have the buddy system, and the whole time I'm gonna be thinking, I can't
Always
wait
have
to
a
say
buddy.
you're my buddy. I can't wait to say it.
All right, you
But I
take
have to
off
be close
running.
enough for him to hear me.
Irin's in the lead running. You're running. Theo and Rhunar, you burst out of the building. Theo kind of looking back and sort of putting out a hand to pull Rhunar up through the hole, and you guys hit the street, and the guards are confused. There's a guard that's laying on the street in front of you, dead. It looks as though his neck was cut and blood all over his chest, and he's just lying there. And his guys are looking down at him, and they look terrified, like they just saw something terrible. And then they just point as you guys come out.
Do we see the thing running?
Roll perception checks, Rhunar, Byron, and Theo, to see the thing, or Irin running. Irin's got a bit of a head start on you.
17.
Ooh, 8.
Okay.
18.
Byron and Theo, as you emerge from your various exit points of this house, you see Irin. You don't see any creature or anything. You haven't seen anything yet. The only individual in your party that's seen something is Irin. But you see Irin. Rhunar, you emerge from the house following Theo, and you look over, and you're sort of distracted by the dead guard on the street, and you don't see Irin, but you're just following Theo, and the 3 of you take off running. And you're able to, let's see, everybody roll an athletics check for me.
Okay.
Oh, God, come on.
13.
9.
Ooh.
7.
So
Two.
you
God, we're
end
so
up
slow.
you end up catching up with Irin, and you stop running, Irin, because you're not sure which way the creature went. You basically kind of lost it, but you did see, nobody else has seen this yet, but you did see that it was a small statured creature, bipedal for the most part, you think.
Smaller than me?
Roll a perception check.
All right. Ooh, yeah, there we go. 22.
Yeah, similar size for the most part. Not necessarily smaller or not much bigger either, but it was sort of a similar size to you. I'm not sure if it was a child or just a short person or whatever, but you did see that, and very powerful in its speed, much faster than the four of you.
Theo is going to
Fast.
invoke dispel or detect magic and look and see if it left footprints.
Okay,
It's about my size.
You do see black ichor footprints that lead off up the hill in the direction of sort of leaving the void area, from what you can gather now that you've been around this area a little bit for the last week or so.
Theo just says, I've got a trail. But what?
Got a
Sorry.
trail?
I was going to say, you start following the trail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're back on the trail of this black ichor, and eventually, with using your Eldritch Sight to find these sort of like stepping stones, if you will, of tracks that lead you in the direction, they just sort of fade out, as if, you step in paint and you're running, and eventually you've got all the paint off your foot kind of idea. So eventually they just sort of fade out and you lose the track. But what you do gain is information based on the direction of the tracks. They appear to be heading towards the walls of Monmurg up the hill. Did any of you guys stop to look at the fresh bodies, or not really? Did you?
Not really, no.
We kind of flew right by him.
Wasn't in that room.
You hear a heavy breathing coming up behind you.
I figured we'd go back.
And Turgent, where'd it go?
We've lost track, but it was going in there, and I think I know where it was going, but we should go check on the bodies first. Yeah?
Shouldn't.
Got away.
Why?
Oh, because there are 3 bodies in there.
I mean, the authorities can deal with that. We should chase this thing down.
Well, if we're chasing it down at this point, we're taking a guess, and I think it's a solid guess as to where we'll find it, but we're rolling the dice. You ready to do that?
Yep.
So it is. You gentlemen want to go break into another estate tonight?
Guys, man.
What do you think, Byron?
Slap out of it, Byron. Slap out of it. You're yourself.
That was
You
such a
don't
long
have to ask him
run.
twice.
Byron and Theo kind of walks over and takes Byron's cheeks gently in his hands and looks at him and goes, Byron, we want you to break into somewhere.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that.
I knew you could, but you just, friendly slap to the face.
All right, I got this.
So,
Why don't you say that from the start?
Hi, Watchman Turgeon, yes?
Yeah.
We are about to go make a risky maneuver that is out of the hands of the city watch and will happen over those walls. So I don't think you want to know anything about it, right?
No, that's out of our jurisdiction. That's for you hold wardens to take care of. I don't need to know anything. I'll just tell Inspector Bouchard that you're. Well, he'll be in touch, I'm sure, with your superiors, I guess. Which
Absolutely.
precinct are you?
Sure.
Which precinct?
A very important one. Let's go. And we go.
The big one.
Turgeon, check out the good buddy at the port. We might hire you. And then we'll all run after Theo.
You look, if anybody who looks back at Turgeon, you just kind of see him go, okay.
Waves back on base principle.
Yeah. And he
Those
turns
guys
and
just
heads
have
back
no
down.
idea who we are.
Which
So
means we're doing it right.
The four of you head up the hill towards the city gates.
Yeah, Dave, is it I know Theo lost magical sight of it, but there's no way I could find any Ichor trail.
Or just feet.
I guess it's dark now, though, right?
Wait, he
Yeah,
lost
but you could
magical
try
sight of it?
tracking.
He didn't lose
Like a
magical
real person.
sight, but as he's using the magical sight, so the analogy I was trying to use to describe
Yeah,
it was like if you
I
step in
remember that.
a puddle of paint and you walk across the room, eventually all the paint is off of your shoe and it becomes fainter and fainter and fainter until you can't
Okay.
see it anymore. And that's basically what happened. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't try using a different technique to track it.
You
What
could
kind of-
just
is
track it.
Yeah, is it running over cobblestone?
These are cobblestone streets, yes.
Yeah, it's not going to leave much of a trail. I guess
roll
we just
the
head up
dice
in that
for it.
direction, right? See what we see.
Yep.
All right.
You're a tracker, Rhunar. We believe in you. Do it.
Okay.
You're a
Let's go up,
tracker?
and I'll just try to see if I can see any. No, well, I'm all right at
You
it.
teach
But...
you that in the Royal Marines.
Yeah,
Do you
roll
have
a...
survival trained?
If you want to roll a survival check to see if you can track it, you certainly could do that if you want to look for tracks.
I'd like to try.
Okay.
Rhunar Deg, Force
Would like to
Recon.
assist him in that.
24.
Ooh, wow.
It wouldn't matter much.
God
Yeah, I mean,
damn!
You
Nice.
roll with advantage if he's helping, so go ahead and roll again just for the
Oh,
heck
okay.
of
So
it.
survival trained, it turns out.
I guess we should start calling him Strider.
Or Dog, the
kidding.
bounty hunter, instead of Deg.
Or
We'll go with the 24.
Yeah.
Deg the Bounty Hunter.
Deg
Take
the bounty hunter.
There you go. That could be my new mission in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you some strange way you hone in on the tracks. You look back at the last Ichor footprint, and you look at the trajectory of the direction of the hypotenuse of the angle, and you get down and you kind of look at you kind of hold your thumb up. You test the air
Windage.
Throw
speed.
some grass up in the air.
Yep, all of that stuff. You do all the things, and you're like, there it
It's the
is. I can see it, and you start tracking it, and it slows you down a little bit in your progression up the hill, but you're able to essentially identify that it is heading straight for the walls of Monmurg, the main gate back into the city. As you recall, the docks district and the void are down on the port below the main city, and everything's on a slope. So the slope rises up to the walls of Monmurg, which wrap around the entire city. And then inside the city is where the merchants ward is, the common ward, the hill, the market area where you've been to. Those are kind of the main spots that you've been to so far. The estate, the Santori estate, which you infiltrated earlier in the night during the masquerade party, is in the merchants ward. So you can do a couple of different things. If you want to continue to track, it's going to take you longer to get there. Or if you feel like you have a pretty good idea of where you're going, you could speed up and head directly there. It's up to you guys to make that decision.
What do you guys think?
Do it
I
right.
mean, realistically, we have to get to the gate, right?
Or however it went over.
Well, he said it went right to the main gate,
Okay.
which should
Oh,
be
right.
interesting. So,
Sorry, I got distracted there for a minute.
no, it's okay. I blame Byron.
It's an art. I always look this good.
Yeah, I think we should keep tracking it. What do you guys think? Even though it's
Definitely.
a little
I want
slower.
to see how it goes through the main gate.
Yeah. Let's head to the gate.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Don't overthink it. Let's just go.
So you guys continue on your way up to the main gate, and as you approach, you see that there's a bit of a commotion going on at the main gate. And as you get closer, you can see that there is a man, one of the hold wardens, one of the guardsmen, who is laying on the ground. He's not dead, but he's holding his shoulder, and it looks as though he's got a major laceration. There are 3 other wardens that are there as well, attending to him, and an additional 3 that have come out of a small little guard house and are at attention at the entry. And they're Go
Is
ahead.
the gate open or closed?
The gate is open.
Theo's just gonna go for it. He's going to walk up to the ones who were injured and whatnot, and just goes, "A demon came through, yes."
Something came through. A little guy,
chasing
but voracious.
It just killed 3 men in the void. The port ward are investigating that now. It has gone through those gates. We are trying to track it. Can we go through?
They look at each other, and the guy goes,
Thank you, and just walks past.
Nice.
you guys run inside the gates of Monmurg while they deal with their fallen brethren. Where are you guys headed?
Rhunar, where'd they go?
I'm gonna see if I can pick up the trail again.
Rhunar, read the wind.
Okay.
Yeah, is there like any fresh?
Help you again for
Do I
advantage.
still have advantage? Okay.
Yep, go
That'd be
ahead and roll with
great.
advantage.
Okay.
Theo, maybe there's some fresh.
There we go.
Stuff.
23.
Wow, nice roll.
I will say that Theo turns on his detect magic, and that's how he's helping track it. If there's like
Yeah.
any ichor splats or anything, he can just go. Meh.
You do pick up some faint splotches and splatters of this black ichor that disappear pretty quick, but they are right near that guardhouse area leading into the city. And you're able to track the with that amazing survival roll. You're able to track it into the city. The tracks disappear eventually, and you're sort of on the main drag now, and off to the right is the merchant's ward. The commoner's ward is off to the left, and you kind of lose the tracks at that point.
Fuck it. Let's go knock on a tiefling's door.
Yeah. Are we going in that approximate direction towards that manor?
House?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tiefling.
For the most part, you are exactly. You haven't passed by it. That's for sure.
Yeah. But like, if we were like to kind of keep going in the same direction, do you think it would be up in that direction?
Let's
Are you
check it
asking
out.
me, or are you asking
Yeah.
them?
Well, based on our experience having been there, does it look like it came from that like
Is
the
that
track
direction a
that we were
possibility?
following?
It's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
You don't know for sure, but it's definitely a possibility.
We've gotten all we're gonna get from the tracking, so time to make the leap.
All right. Yeah. It would be hell of a coincidence if it wasn't heading that way.
Yep. So let's hoof it over there.
All right.
Okay. So you make your way to the estate, and there's still some lights on. You can see the flicker of lanterns from inside the main floor. The upper floor, as you remember, it's a 2-story estate, is dark, and you don't see any activity in front or outside. The Anderson brothers are no longer there doing security work. It's much later now. It's been a couple of hours at this point, so it's getting into the very late hours of the night, early hours of the morning here in Monmurg. It's dark and quiet. You hear a
Back
cat.
door. Poor kitty.
Is there any sign of the ichor around the door or windows in the front?
Roll an investigation check.
I'd like to check it out. Oops. Had advantage on, sorry. 18.
Still did well.
Yeah, you did. So specifically, you head to the front door area and start poking around looking for this black ichor. It doesn't appear as though there is any black ichor at the front door. And the door is closed. You can see a little bit inside, and as I mentioned, there's light flickering from lanterns, and you feel like you saw some movement inside, but it's hard to say what it was. But there's nothing that looks as though there was forced entry at the front door or anything like that.
Back door. Let's try that.
Yeah, I'll just go quietly.
Let's
Just
do it.
like motion that we should go around, check the other side.
Wait, turn everyone invisible, Theo, and I'll stealth.
Let's just see if we can't walk in first.
Okay.
So you guys are going to walk around the side of the building to the back door, which was sort of the servant entrance.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as you turn the corner, you don't even need to roll an investigation check. You can see that the wooden door, which is a pretty stout door, well built on these expensive like townhome manors, is ripped off the hinges and is laying in the grass.
If I were a warden, I would call that probable cause. In we go, boys, and the sword is out.
You walk in, and the kitchen area is large. There's a fireplace on the north wall that just has embers glowing in it. It's they've left it to sort of die down. There's nobody in this room at all, but it does smell of very good food. You can smell the scallops and the breads and the desserts and torts and all the.
Are there any scallops out somewhere?
There are. You want to look around and see what food is laying about?
No, if I can't see it immediately, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
I'm just
you wouldn't
humor.
see it immediately. No, the scallops were, aside from one missing scallop that they never could find, they went pretty quick. They're sort of a delicacy around here. Yeah.
Smells good.
If I remember correctly from the kitchen, there's just a large entrance into the main hall, right?
Correct. There's a large opening, 10 to 15 feet wide, with no door. It just opens into this large square room. Fine tiles on the floor, beautiful rugs. It's dark. There's still some lanterns glowing. Quiet in this
Around
room.
the corner, we go into the hold, or into the main hall.
Okay.
Yeah,
You enter this room, and there's a long dinner table, probably 20 feet long, chairs on both sides, one at the head of the table, one at the base of the table. There are empty glasses, drinks laid out about on top of the table and other tables in this room. And you and Byron remember that there is a spiral staircase in the northeast corner. You do also notice as you're creeping through this room that there is an additional room to the east with a similar large opening that enters into a large room. And there is a bit of a glow of light coming from that room as well. Are you trying to sneak through this space, or are you just walking, just with a determined pace?
I think we should be sneaky.
Sneaky it is then.
All right, everybody roll a stealth check for me. Whoa, Theo, nice. Natural 20.
Yeah.
It's like he's been here before. Watch out for the scallop on the floor.
And
I got
as
a 13.
Irin's following behind you, and he's like, scallop, and he looks down and he steps on something squishy and slimy, and you catch yourself on your hands because you're a dexterous, nimble monk, but you do slip and fall, and you kick the leg of a table, and a glass falls off the table, smashes.
All right. Maybe we shouldn't stealth.
Just a long exhale. Fuck it. Byron, check the staircase, and Theo just comes around to go look in that side room.
Okay.
All right, I'm moving to the staircase.
Okay.
the table.
What's that, Irin?
I'm gonna roll under the table.
Okay. You roll and you're hiding under the table.
No one will expect that if somebody shows up right now.
Very true.
I'll follow Theo check out that room.
Okay.
Rhunar follows by Irin under the table. we make
Hey,
a
wait.
fort.
This is my table.
Move over, man.
Go
Here,
hide
okay,
there.
look.
Move
Go
over.
hide over there.
Trying to fit my halberd under the table.
You
Just to walk around
halberd?
with that thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, we stole the helmet for those guys
oh boy.
with your fish helmet on.
I've just been picking everything up, yeah.
He's just got a
Okay.
pile of gear on his back.
It's fucking
I'm
Casey
a
Jones.
walking arsenal right now. Just clanging around like
So you take a look into this room, and there is a fire glowing in a fireplace. Beautiful furniture line the walls. There is a second beautiful wooden heavy table in the middle on atop a beautiful green rug with all kinds of cool patterns on it. This is a library. There are bookshelves that line the walls, and there is a second fireplace on the southern end of the room too that is not lit, but the other one is lit, dying down, but Doesn't look like anybody's been in here for some time.
Okay, and nothing else out of place, no obvious bodies, nothing at a
Nope.
first glance that sets up red flags.
Correct.
Groovy. Back to this spiral staircase.
Okay. Byron, you're standing at the top of the stairs as Theo joins you. Rhunar and Irin hiding under the table, waiting for their next move.
It's not actually on the table.
No, I followed Theo.
Okay. So you guys start to make your way down the staircase, and let's drop you guys onto a map here.
Let's go to the map, boys.
Yeah. Actually, let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll take a 15-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll have the map ready to rock and roll. How does that sound?
Sounds
That's amazing.
All right.
A hard transition, but it's a good one.
We'll see you all back here in 15. Bye.
where nothing will go horribly wrong.
Things are gonna work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. All right. Bye.
They will for Linda.
Linda. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Beyond Saltmarsh. We have infiltrated the estate. The party is investigating, chasing down, following some sort of a creature or individual who has been wreaking havoc in Monmurg, one that they call the Monmurg Ripper. And we have found ourselves now in the basement of the estate, a cellar room that Byron and Theo have been in before. And I'm going to go ahead and read you a quick description. I'm going to read you some text. But first of all, I'm looking for where'd my music go? There we go.
Where'd my theme music at?
Where'd my music? All right, so the spiral staircase leads down into a small wine cellar. Beneath the estate, casks of wine are stacked against the north and west walls. Two burning braziers cast an eerie glow upon the stone carving that's set into the southern wall. The statue of a man standing with his hand outstretched. A small bundle of partially burned herbs have been placed in his outstretched hand. And Byron and Theo, you would, or maybe not Theo, but Byron, you recall that you actually removed a bundle of partially burned herbs from that hand earlier in the night when you infiltrated the estate.
And did some damage to it as well.
Yes, you did. You chipped away at the sides of the statue.
Is the damage still there?
The damage is still there. You can see where he had tried to open and use his weapons and his tools to leverage. I think it was a pry bar, wasn't it? To try to open to see if it was some sort of a door, and chipped off a couple of chunks of the rock. So yes, you do see that.
Theo is going to step up and use prestidigitation to kind of like a lighter and try and light the herbs.
Okay.
I was going to suggest that.
Yeah, you easily use your magical abilities to set the herbs on fire, and they start to smolder and smoke a little bit, and you get this sort of sage-like aroma that fills the room. And as that happens, you hear a and you see that the statue pops a little bit from the wall that it's set in on one side of it, as though a door popping open slightly.
Theo just sighs and gives Byron a look. Why didn't we try that last time?
Oh,
I will hand you my pry bar.
that was easy.
And we missed it the first time. And Theo just tries to open the door. Not even trying the pry bar. Just can it be physically opened?
Yes, it can. It does open quite easily, actually, and the whole stone relief kind of swings into the room that you're in. And I will go ahead and open that door for you.
Oh.
Now, when the door opens, you peer inside, I'm assuming.
Yes.
It slides open to reveal a 10-foot wide hallway that turns to the east, about 15 feet ahead of you. In the center of the hallway is another stone, or at the corner of the hallway is an additional stone statue. This one is demonic in its visage, an oversized skull with horns of a devil and deep hollow eye sockets. It's definitely got this sort of cultist chic motif going on.
That's super culty.
Theo just kind of squints at it from where he's standing, mutters the words of power, and uses detect magic to see, is that magical?
The cult motel, isn't
Your
it?
eyes flash blue for a moment, and you scan the dark hallway, and you don't get any sort of magical essence from it.
Theo just kind of goes, well, the good news is, this thing here, it is not, it's not magical. It might just be a normal trap. Who's on point?
I got this.
I believe in you, and
move.
just pat you on your back with your own pry bar.
I'll take it
Well,
back,
there-
and I'll put it in my bag of holding.
While they're kind of doing that, can I look around like the base of the stairs and kind of the floor here to look for any markings of this thing's passing? Like if it actually came this way?
Sure, roll an investigation check for us.
I will do that. Investigation. Yeah, 13.
Good enough. You do see some of the black ichor that seems to have landed on the bottom stair. And
Okay.
it is in the process of dripping off the stair onto the stone floor. And it's sort of like this viscous, almost like a syrupy, Caro syrup sort of consistency.
Nice. That's gross.
All right, shall we?
After Byron.
If Byron's going first, I'll go right behind him.
All right, I'll
I'll
lead.
I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
Giggity.
I will move slowly, and I will primarily be looking for traps and enemies, basically.
Okay. And are you trying to conceal
Yeah, I'll
your
be stealthy.
approach? Okay.
Yeah, I'll be moving quietly and have my hood up.
Okay.
I'll hug the wall. I'll try and stay towards the edge of the torchlight, so I'm not obviously visible.
Okay.
Is
Go
there
ahead and
torchlight in
roll.
there?
There is.
Oh,
a
is there
gl-
light?
There is a glow of light coming from the hallway. Absolutely, there is. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Mhm.
So I'll do my best to stay on the edge of that, where I still have vision. But
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, and then you said you were looking for traps and that sort of thing. Roll a
Yep.
investigation check for me. Nice roll. Jeez. Okay. You don't detect any traps in front of you as you start to move forward into this hallway, and you seem pretty stealthy. Your footfalls are very quiet as you move into the space. So go ahead and move your token forward to where you want to move to. We'll let Byron go first. Who was going to follow behind Byron?
I was.
Okay.
Deg.
Rhunar, fucking Deg.
Yeah. So, and then Irin, you're going to bring up the rear?
Yes,
Sounds good.
sir.
So, Byron, you peer around the corner and you see a long hallway lit by glowing braziers and opens into this voluminous hall at the end. And you get the strong scent of herbs and burned wood wafting from a smoldering stone censer. So I don't know if you can see that, Byron, but it's right here on the map. You can see smoke kind of billowing up from it. And the smoke kind of obscures the chamber beyond to some extent, but what you do make out is that there is what appears to be a large dead tree in the middle of the chamber. And further beyond that, some sort of a stone dais against the far wall. Oh, and I should also mention that you start to now hear the sound of chanting. Lots and lots of chanting.
We need to go faster, boys.
It's the Temple of Doom.
Goma es requies.
All right. Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, we need to keep going and quickly.
Everybody roll a stealth check now.
Shh.
16 for Theo.
Big money, 18.
Oof, Irin,
Irin,
what the hell is going on with you, man?
That's why I'm like so far behind everybody.
Irin fell down again.
Irin, you're so focused on Theo up ahead of you that you didn't notice that the carpet somehow got rolled up just a little bit, and you trip over the roll, and nobody's looking. You land on almost in like a plank position.
Yeah.
And you look up to see if anybody's looking at you. Nobody notices, and you just kind of push yourself back up.
Yeah, I just do like 2 quick push-ups. Like,
Like you meant to do it.
Nice.
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
cool, guys.
Just
Give a
warming
pump
up.
on. Yeah, just gotta
Just
warm
warming
up.
Okay.
This
So-
is gonna go down. I gotta warm up.
All right, keep close.
So on
buddy.
one end of the spectrum, we have Irin rolling a 1 for a total of 4, and then on the other end of the spectrum, we have a natural 20 from Byron with a total of 30. Yikes, that's pretty impressive.
Wow.
All right, so
You guys know where I am? Over here, guys.
how far, Byron, are you going to approach at this point?
I will probably approach to the edge of this torchlight. I'm assuming it's probably going to go to about here, or maybe here-ish. And then I'll probably stop, and I'll signal everyone to stop with me, and I'll do the double eyes, do the hand signal, then
So
I'll
you
do like a
took-
butterfly with my hands,
So you
and then
took
I'll
like
do
2
another eye
steps.
thing. Yeah. 4.
Okay.
Well, I mean, technically that's 10 yards, so that's got to be like five steps.
10 feet.
All right, so
Oh, it's feet, isn't it?
10 yards. This room is huge.
yeah, 10,
Oh,
it's
boy.
10. The hallways are 10 feet across.
Yep, I
So-
forgot a square's a foot.
Each square is 5 feet. You
That's
can
totally what I
see
meant to
now that there's a variety of people inside this room. Some of who you maybe can recognize from your earlier infiltration. It's kind of hard from the distance that you're at. Irin, as you peer around the corner, you can see as well this tree, the censer smoldering up ahead, torches in these little alcoves. This strange sculpture of a sort of a demonic head in the corner of the room, set back in a little alcove. And you hear the chanting now growing louder. Kalafan Nagawal Malatha, Athor Saitha and Grada, Azrath, Santath, in Garfin Gajar San Farthage, Saithath, Sing Shlaging, Ryson Dark, Goth Greekadine, and just on. You hear this loud, and then there are others that are chanting along with, kind of calling back to the main chanter, who is far on the other end of this large room. What do you guys want to do at this point?
We need to keep going. So
I'm
Theo's
gonna-
gonna try and keep sneaking forward.
I'm going to hold my hand out to try and stop Theo, and I'm going to go like this, do the shush sound. I'm going to reach into my bag of tricks, I'm gonna take out a fuzzy ball and I'm gonna throw it as far into the room as I can, like 20 feet.
This is the best idea I've ever heard all day.
Nice. Theo's not so sure about that.
It's a 7.
Theo is definitely
Wild
unsure about
card.
this.
I hope it's the baboon.
No, it's even better. It is a giant hyena.
Fuck.
And as a command, I want it to just run around scared, like it's has no idea how it got there.
Okay. So where are you gonna land it? And do you have a token for it, or do I need to throw a token out?
I don't think I have a token for it.
Okay. Let me
Because
see
I
if
haven't
have one.
I haven't thrown one out yet. I have all of the math on it done.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll throw it out 20 feet. I can only throw it 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's probably about right about there. And then I'll pretty much have it.
It's
like
a giant hyena?
Yes, it's a giant hyena.
Holy shit. Okay. Oh, that's huge. Takes up the whole
The
hallway.
jaws,
You don't
The
want it
jaws
to
will
get some
have it.
more?
the jaws on that
Just
thing, man.
charge it.
Wow, that is impressive.
Bounding in like a horse.
I don't want it to like attack people. I want it to just cause as much mischief as possible.
Are you sure?
Okay, I think that's doable.
Regular hyenas just
I
pull
don't
people out of
think we
their
can
huts at
stop
night.
him.
The giant hyena.
Can we only give it one command?
I can give it one command per turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you use your action to throw that out. Anybody else want to do anything as he does that?
Pray.
We're just being okay. It's on now. I guess I'm just gonna get myself ready.
Okay. All right, so you throw the ball, the hyena apparates in front of you and just starts running into the room. And you can hear the chanting sort of falter for a moment as it... And one of the people at the back end of this room turns around and steps out of the way as it just runs into the room and starts causing total chaos running around. And people are gasping, what is that? And the man at the dais just starts chanting louder and louder. I want everybody to roll initiative at this point.
Go in there.
Come on. God, that's like the fourth one I've rolled tonight.
Wow. Yeah, that's not good.
This is bad.
I forgot to select my token, but I got a
Oh
12.
God, I didn't do so well either.
Oh,
We
dude.
all did shit. I have a
Dude.
nuclear option for this crowd, but I'm not sure if we're ready to mass murder people.
I'm +7 on initiative.
Well, I don't think we have to kill them. They don't know we're here. They only know about the hyena.
Sure we don't, buddy. They
Just wait for them
also
to
roll
finish.
shit, so that-
Dave has been rolling a number of ones on this initiative turn as well.
Hey, look
Byron,
on the
what,
bright side.
what did you roll, Byron?
I got a 12.
Okay.
Irin, you haven't rolled yet. A draft horse rolled, and I don't know what a draft horse is, but Irin has not rolled.
Yeah, I was the first one who rolled.
Yeah, I
on
can
my
see
screen, it
Irin
says
on there.
draft horse.
Irin is on the turn.
Yeah, that's weird. You're right.
I know, it's weird.
I do not
You
in fact
changed your
show
token to a draft horse.
Maybe your default token.
No,
is
I'm on the turn order. Like if you look at the turn order, I'm there.
I know you're in the
Yeah.
turn order,
Right.
but if you look in the
Yeah,
where
that
it's
is
rolled,
super weird. I am
Maybe
not
it's just a
in
weird
the
roll 20 thing.
Roll
So-
20 has been a little weird for me tonight.
So if you go all the way to the bottom right of the roll 20, where it says
Oh,
who you
it's-
are as, it'll
just-
say draft horse right now.
Wait,
I
what
just
the
zoomed
fuck?
out.
You
That's
pull
weird.
it down to your end.
That's super weird.
Oh, you know why? It's because when you went to fight those zombies that were attacking Whimsy and her friends, you had draft horses that you rode, and you all had control. So whatever, for some reason, it switched you over to that.
What the fuck, roll 20?
It does that kind of stuff occasionally.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let me scroll back up to before. Yeah, that's weird. This is the first.
Anyways, I think we're good, right? The only
think
thing
I've
we
been
need
hacked.
is a little. You think so?
The deep web. Yeah.
All right. So the game is afoot. And as you enter into the space, tossing the giant hyena into the room as it runs around and attempts to disrupt whatever's happening here, you hear the sound of the chanting growing louder and louder. And immediately a blast comes from the altar, some sort of a arcane energy flying rapidly across the room towards the giant hyena. And let's see. Let's see what happens. And we'll give the hyena some cover. What's the armor class of the hyena, Byron?
It is 12.
Okay. So it takes... let's see. It takes 4 force damage.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here. Just want to check something on this stat block because it seems a little interesting. Yeah. Okay. It takes 4 force damage, and it's just so you know, because you're in charge of its movement on your turn, it is going to lose 10 feet of movement from its normal movement as a result of that hit.
Okay.
All right. The chanting continues. Let me do this, though, before we get too far in there. Oh, shit. Scratch that before that happens. That is going to happen. But there is an individual that races across. You see bashing through past the sensor. This guy right here pushes past this individual right here and races towards the dais. Uses a
Amadeus.
uses a dash action to get right there. Then the bolt of energy comes flying across through the branches of the tree and hits the giant hyena for 1 force damage. Or 4 force damage, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That brings
So
us
it's
to
only
Byron.
taken 4 damage so far, right?
Correct. But its speed is reduced by 10.
Perfect. So Byron is gonna stay exactly where he's at and try and stay stealth.
All right.
For some reason, Roll20 is just all black for me right now.
You've never used your eyes before.
Are you zoomed into the right spot? Well, I guess this map is
Just
picking
says
up most of it.
loading hatching dragons.
Oh, it's still loading.
Weird.
Did you like refresh or something?
Yeah, I had to because it was
Ah.
all black. Oh, now it says opening planar transport. Very good. Okay, it's coming together. If it will ever load the full picture.
Come on, roll 20.
Please.
You gotta talk dirty to it.
Ooh.
Roll 20.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Might not be appropriate with Linda
Yeah.
watching tonight.
Yeah, Linda, how's it going, Linda? If you're out there, we're thinking of you. We're on our best behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, this is our best behavior.
I haven't yet begun to best.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah,
I'm a Huckleberry.
I don't know why. It just says it's opening planar transport.
I
You're
mean,
still trying to load.
somebody's opening a planar transport. I think
it means
that's
Roll 20
obvious.
is freaking out on you.
I'm gonna switch browsers super quick.
All right, we'll move on and we'll come back to you, Byron.
Yes.
Rhunar, we'll go to you. Do you want to do anything at this point? It is your turn.
Well, let's see. I mean, the spring has been sprung. So I'm just gonna walk forward. Well, we're in initiative, so it's just
You're on a
moving straight.
catwalk.
On the catwalk.
Yeah, I'll just
do
go.
a little dance.
6. I'll hold
So that's-
there.
So you take your 30 feet of movement and you stop there.
Yeah.
So
Just
you
trying to
look
get a good
inside
eye
at
of
this
what's
point.
going
You
on.
can see the hyena that just took damage from that blast that came at about the same time as you're moving forward, because this all sort of strangely happens simultaneously at some level. People are starting to scatter, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to I'm going to work them at. I'm going to go people. And they're going to go at initiative order 1. Okay.
Those darn people.
Slower than me.
Slower than molasses. Okay. That's Runar's turn. Theo, what would you like to do?
Great question. Is Rhunar taking an action of any kind?
No.
You're just walking forward.
Well,
Mhm.
I don't.
What are you doing, Theo? Was the question.
I am working on that. I'm checking ranges on a couple of things. Nope.
I'm gonna pull a dagger and hold my action.
You mean ready in action?
Yeah, ready in action. Sorry.
What action are you ready in?
To throw a dagger at one of these two guys if they attempt something aggressive, like if
I
they
need
pull
you
a
to be.
sword or a weapon.
So if they pull a weapon, you're gonna throw a dagger. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it just needs to be specific, and that's perfect.
Okay.
All right, Theo, what
Got
are you gonna do?
Move 30 feet. Now. So is everyone in the room chanting?
Not anymore. They're starting. At this point, they're gonna start to be moving out of the way of this creature that just entered and is disrupting things. The only one that's still chanting is the tiefling that's on the dais.
And there's no obvious demon like climbing on anything that we see immediately, is there?
Roll a perception check.
Very small demon.
Nope.
Not like
Not
that.
with a 9.
The
No,
dice just
um,
hate us
I
tonight.
know.
Yeah, I know.
Except for
I'm so-
Byron.
I'm so excited.
We're not very perceptive.
You can't tell from that perspective, tucked back in that hallway. It's really hard to tell. What you see is kind of what I described. People are moving out of the way. They're gasping. This thing has been disrupted, and the hyena has just been blasted with this energy bolt from the dais.
Then I will take the dodge action, and I am done.
Okay. That brings us to Irin.
Tell me about this carpet. Is it like a big carpet
What carpet?
rug thing? The one I tripped over. I tripped over a rug, remember?
I do remember. It's 10 feet by 10 feet, and it's like a purplish blue.
But it's back in that other room.
Correct.
Let's see.
I didn't realize you were
I was-
still back in that room.
Well, he's
Yeah.
inside the hallway now, right?
I thought I tripped over. I thought that's okay. Yeah.
He was already in the hallway, I guess, Dave.
Your
when you
your
made-
token was lingering back in that room, and that's when you
Oh,
made the
okay.
stealth check. So that's what happened. But you can,
Sure,
you're
sure,
in
sure,
you're in
sure.
that elbow of the hallway there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was I'm gonna go back here and grab this carpet.
Okay.
I'm gonna like kind of fold it and pick it up.
Okay. It's heavy.
And-
It's a nicely made, tightly woven rug, and yeah, it looks of high quality.
and then I'm gonna. This is dumb, maybe, but then I'm gonna bring it back. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll just come kind of up behind Byron here,
Okay.
and that's it.
All right, Byron, let's jump to you real quick since we had to pass over you. Are you back with us?
Cool. Yep, I got it work.
Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna have the hyena. So it's got 40 feet of movement left. I'm just gonna have it run around all of these people and kind of just dive into the center of this crowd over here as like
Okay.
a giant battering ram. I just want to like headbutt its way right into the group.
So it has, it normally would have 50 feet of movement, but it has only 40.
Yes. So it'll be, I don't know. I can't, it won't let me move it.
All right, let me give you, I can give you control.
And there's so many people down here.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, it's like I've got a room sweeper feature, but some of these people may not be awful.
Yeah. It's a party.
All right, you should have control over that token.
Yep, got it. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, take an attack of opportunity. 25, 30, 35, 40. Can I move over that guy with a huge creature?
Yeah, you can move through them.
So yeah, I'll move to here with the
It's
intent.
huge.
Yeah, he's huge.
Large.
It's
Yeah.
a
He's
giant
yeah, it's
hyena.
large. It's a large,
Oh, it's just large.
creature. Yeah.
I mean, that's still big. That's like 7 feet.
He is going to take a couple of dagger attacks as he moves through those spaces, so he's going to take 3 dagger attacks.
Yep.
10 misses. 14 hits for 3 piercing. And a third. Natural 20 for 9 piercing, so a total of 12. Are you going to take care of the hit points?
Yep, I got it. Don't worry.
Okay. And if you could update him on the token, that'd be sweet too. All right, so he moves into that space, and does he take an action? He's been stabbed twice.
No. I'm going to have him dive into the group on his
Okay.
next turn.
Okay.
Well,
That-
you could turn your action into a move, right?
Oh yeah, you could take the dash.
I don't know if I could do that and dive into this group of people. 'Cause
Yes,
I'm
you
assuming
can.
you're going to want me to attack if I take up a space that has
if
4
you're gonna
other
move
people on
into
it.
a space, yeah, if you're gonna move into a space where people are, you're gonna have to make a shove attack, and then
Oh.
that would be your action.
Yep.
So
Yep, and I anticipated that, so I'm gonna stay
Okie
where I'm
dokie.
at.
So are you making it a shove attack? Is that what the hyena's gonna do?
No, I can't. I'm out of movement,
Got it. Okay.
and I don't want to hit either. I don't want to kill anyone.
All right. So that brings us to
You're
these
a
bald-headed
hyena.
guys. 2 of the bald-headed guys turn to look back from where this ball came from, this hyena movement, and they look back to see if there's another one, and they see the 4 of you standing there. They're gonna move forward with daggers drawn.
Holding the rug.
I'm
I
gonna throw
look
at
like
that guy.
I look like a rug cleaner.
Go ahead and use your attack.
Okay.
You're ready to attack, Rhunar.
Alright, I'm gonna apply sharpshooter to that.
Okay. So there's a penalty to the attack roll, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find my. There it is. Okay.
Minus for damage. Minus attack for damage.
Still a
So
20.
that's
Well,
a-
that'll do it.
20 for 16 damage.
Yeah, this bald-headed guy who's wearing this red robe turns towards you and he draws a scimitar and he comes at you. You throw the dagger right at him and it hits him right in the throat. And he drops to the ground in front of you.
Nice
Slumps to the
knife,
ground.
Mr.
It's a good
Deg.
trick.
His buddy comes running in, hate in his eyes, and he takes a couple swings at you with his scimitar.
What are you gonna do?
17 on the first one
That hits.
for 6 slashing,
Okay.
and a 6 on the second one. You bash his scimitar out of the way, and he looks down at his friend, who he just watches as he crumples to the ground, and you can see that he just looks he looks kind of a combination of terrified and really, really angry. These other bald-headed fellows move forward towards the hyena, and they are going to take an attack on the hyena.
Are they wearing red robes? I think I may have missed that.
They are wearing red robes. Yep. Everybody who's acting right now has red robes on. They are, for better or for worse, my cultists. This one swings, and they're the cultists of Dave. 20 to hit the hyena for 4 slashing damage.
I mean, I'd worship the DM too if that were an option. Can we join this cult?
I'm in.
Byron already obviously is in. That's why he keeps rolling 20s.
And then this
That's fair.
other one takes 2 dagger attacks. Ooh,
Little known secret.
Another 23 to hit for 3 additional piercing on the hyena. And a 22 to hit for 3 more piercing.
Wow.
We have another guy that's going to move in, and he is going to attack with his scimitar. There's these bald-headed guys in red robes that are surrounding the hyena right now. He rolled a natural 1, so he is not going to do much damage. Now, up in the... Let's see, who would be able to see this? Rhunar, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
It's going to be
Would
tough.
Theo be able to see as well?
You can roll perception. The DC is going to be really high.
23.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
It's about time I got a decent perception.
Nice.
19.
Theo, you do not see this, but Rhunar, you see that there is a in the upper corner to this room, there is a struggle going on as... Let me get rid of one of these guys here. There's a struggle as 2 more of these bald-headed cultists bring forward a struggling individual up to the stone altar. And that is their action. Let's see. Brings us to this fellow here.
I'm just going to turn and say, they're dragging someone up to the altar.
This
Of course
bearded
they
man
are.
here is going to... He is going to step forward as well and attack the hyena with advantage. With his dagger. There it is. I'm telling you, man, I need to get a 3rd monitor. I definitely need to get a 3rd monitor.
You get to write off as a business expense now.
Yeah, there you go. 5 piercing with a 23 attack roll for 5 piercing. And
Need a tablet.
an additional 23 roll for 3 more piercing on the hyena. And that is their turn. Brings us to this individual here, this sort of stout, powerful looking individual who dives forward towards the dais. This has got to end! And he is going to go ahead and he's going to jump up onto the altar in front of the tiefling.
Oh, this isn't gonna be good.
And he is going to attack.
Whoa, so that guy that ran up from the back is attacking.
He
the
may be
tiefling?
on our side.
It's a counter sacrifice. If you can sacrifice your opponent before they sacrifice you, then you can summon whatever thing you want. It's
Is that-
deep. It's the deep play in the cultist playbook. Yeah. Byron's like, what do you think I've been fucking doing?
He dives over the
activated my
table
trap
and
card.
he punches at the tiefling, smashing him in the face. And you you guys can't see it, but blood splatters across the tiefling's face, and he just smiles at him. And he takes
Dave.
a second swing.
Yeah.
Ooh, and misses with his second swing. The tiefling just bashes him out of the way, and you see this like Well, no, you guys can't see it from where you are. All right, you haven't seen anything
Rhunar?
yet, but there's a struggle going on over there.
You can
The
describe it
cameras.
narratively.
The camera
The-
shows you.
Yeah, the camera shows you that this black ichor sort of like spills out on top of the altar, and it kind of sizzles and crackles on the altar, almost as though the altar is hot.
From this dude.
Yep.
From
As
Punchy
he
Guy?
got blocked,
Oh.
he sort of shed this weird black ichor, and it almost seems like it's sloughing off of him. And that brings us to the Tiefling.
Oh, good. It actually is that guy. I was leaving it up in the air for a minute as to whether I was spot in if it was actually that guy. But now that you mention it, it's that guy.
Yeah, the
It
dwarf
is a
looking
tiefling.
guy.
Okay,
Nice.
so he is going to fire off another blast of energy, this time at his assailant.
I love that it's a sleeping dwarf looking a sleeping
Yeah,
man.
kind of with his face in his food.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that hits for 5 force damage. Okay, there's 5 force damage, and you see him just get thrown backwards off the dais as he's blasted with this energy, and he flies backwards 15 feet because he can't stop inside that woman's space. All right. The chanting continues, more like erratic now, but you can tell that something is happening. It's getting louder. Byron, it's your turn.
All right. The first thing I'm going to do as Byron is I'm going to reach into the bag of tricks that I'm holding, and I'm going to pull out another fuzzy ball.
Wait,
I'm gonna whip that
hold on
beast.
one second. Hold on one
Dump
second.
the fucking
Okay.
bag out. Just
I forgot to give the people here. I don't know how they got bumped, but I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, they're in there.
Yeah, I want to get them.
Oh,
in there.
yep,
So
yep.
they're starting
right,
to.
you're right.
Let's see.
It's
They're
such a
starting
motley
to run
crew.
5, 10,
Mhm.
15,
we
20.
got Professor Plum. There's Colonel Mustard here.
There's Vivian.
50.
So they're running towards
Vivian.
you.
Oh man.
As I'm pulling the knife out of the cultist's neck. Huh?
Oh man, they're clogging up the. Get the
They're-
fuck out of the way.
They're screaming and shouting and trying to get the hell out of this place. And
That's not a
they're gonna.
vampire,
So these
dude.
two are gonna move past the hyena. Is the hyena gonna take a attack of opportunity on them?
These people?
No, right here. These 2 women at the bottom of the
I'm
screen.
not gonna attack them. Nope.
Okay. Oh, let's,
If any of the
let's-
bald guys try to run from the hyena will attack them.
Okay, got it. So
Very
they're gonna-
restrained.
They're
This
running as
hyena.
well, and this woman is trying to run as well. All right, so now it's your turn, Byron. Sorry about that.
No worries. So I'm going to reach into my bag of tricks. I'm going to pull out a fuzzy ball. I'm going to throw it 5, 10, 15, 20 feet right in front of Theo.
Okay. Roll the dice.
This fuzzy ball just goes right over.
I get
your
a 4.
shoulder.
What do we got now?
I get a axe beak.
Oh, wow.
I
got
don't have a
dice.
token for those either because I've never had one before. So
Right in front of Theo.
Yeah, we're pretty much just making
Why
a
the fuck
possible
would
way
you
to
throw
get
it
into the
there?
road.
oh,
It is going to have to
Why
be...
the
It's going to have to be somewhere... let's see. How
How
does
far
that
can
work?
you throw
I
it?
can't.
I guess-
can't
I guess
throw it
it
more than
would-
20 feet.
It would probably push...
Oh.
Do you guys know how this works? If a
I-
creature apparates in the space that you're in, do you take damage?
I'm gonna be honest, there's no rules for that.
I would imagine we at least get pushed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys get pushed out of the way as this thing blocks up this space here. Okay.
I like it.
And I will command the hyena.
You just hear a scream from all these people that are getting jammed up in this space.
Or actually, I'm gonna stop commanding the hyena because I can only give one command per turn. I'm going to command the Axebeak to attack the bald guy, and I'll let the hyena decide what it wants to do on its own.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack for
It will act
Axebeak.
as a hyena would act.
It eats everything in there.
Just gotta scroll down a little bit. Oh gosh, why did it roll so much? Oh, it shouldn't have the sneak or dueling style. It's just 9 slashing.
9. What was the attack roll? Sorry, I
If
wasn't looking.
9 for attack, so it's actually
9
know.
misses.
so yeah, it's gonna try to
he
slash
blocks
at the
the
guy.
axe beak with his scimitar. Anything else?
Okay.
Set.
And then the hyena will react like a giant hyena would, so I don't get to pick what it does.
It is going to defend itself against these people that are stabbing it. So it is going
Okay.
to make a hyena attack, which is what? A bite.
I got that all taken care of.
Go ahead and hit a bite.
Roll for hyena.
Yep. Hyena bite.
Let me uncheck sneak and stuff.
That tan bag of tricks is really coming in handy.
No kidding.
Such a good diversionary tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. He bites this guy
First-
right next to him for a total of 7.
Yes.
Okay. Total of 7 damage. And it just tears a bunch of flesh off this guy's chest. These guys aren't wearing armor. And blood just sprays out on the base of this tree. Okay.
Does he survive it?
He's still standing. He looks like he just took a massive bite from a giant hyena, but it didn't kill him.
Okay. Then that's all I got.
Okay, Rhunar.
All right, I'm gonna turn to that guy. Just checking to make sure I wasn't muted. I'm gonna turn
Hey,
to
Pat.
that guy that slashed at me and hit him with my maul.
Okay.
I haven't pulled any weapons yet besides that dagger, so I'm
So you're
gonna
gonna
pull
pull them all. Got it.
Yeah, and hit him with it.
Fucking hammer space happening up here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Casey Jones.
Okay. Ooh, 15.
15 hits.
Nice.
And what's the damage?
8 bludgeoning.
You smash it down on this guy's face, and his head just turns like that. Spittle and blood flies over the axe beak, and it kind of like the axe beak gets excited, and he kind of falls back against the wall for a second, and then he kind of pushes himself back, and he still has his sword in his hand.
That's great because I have an extra attack that I'm gonna hit him with.
Okay.
Fighters.
Oh God.
Somehow
No,
he
that D6,
he
that
drops
D6
out of the
screwed
way.
you.
Yeah, he drops out of the way as you swing at him, and you clank your sword off the stone wall.
The maul.
Or the maul. Thank you.
You know what? I'm going to use a superiority die to make that a precision attack and see if I can get him.
Okay.
Because I can do that after I roll. So
Yes, you can.
You can
That would
change
be-
fate.
1 superiority dice. All
Yeah,
right.
that
It's a
hits.
16.
There you go. And you add that dice to the damage.
Oh, you add the
Yeah,
dice?
Wow.
you didn't really need it because you
You
had 1
add
hit
it to the
point
attack
left.
roll.
So he drops to the ground. His face split open. Essentially, you cracked him like an egg. And the people around you that are jammed up in front of you are just screaming, "Let us by! Let us by!"
With that, I'm going to go Hold on. Jump over these people.
The wrong party. Everyone dies.
6. And stop there.
Okay.
And that's
Theo.
my turn.
Theo's going to step back. Whoop, let me make sure I got the right thing clicked. There we go. 5, 10, 15. He's going to grab Irin by his shoulder and be like, "Are you my buddy? Irin?"
Yeah.
Good. Hold on. And like 12
Yeah.
runes on the sword light up, and they both disappear in a flash as Theo casts Dimension Door,
Nice.
and both appear on the dais behind the Tiefling.
Can you go that far? How far can you go?
500 feet.
Oh,
So
dang.
we're
Oh,
golden.
yeah.
We're golden.
Dimension Door doesn't screw around.
Nice.
Holy shit! I didn't know that was a thing.
Bamf.
This is what
You have to appear next to me, but otherwise you know, wherever you want to appear, my friend.
multiplier.
Irin's just holding a rug.
Yep, I've got the rug. Ready to...
And as a bonus action, he's just gonna look at the Tiefling and go, "Hello there."
I was gonna
Another
wrap up that guy in front of the axe beak, but he's dead now.
You can always drop it.
Theo, anything
Oh,
else
that's
from you?
I think that's enough, and that's also all the actions I've got.
Okay. Irin, you find yourself standing on the dais behind the Tiefling, 2 cultists, and what appears to be some sort of a commoner who looks terrified standing there. They haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to you yet.
Man, yeah, you know, the question is how far do I want to play this shtick of keeping this rug? Do I try to wrap up the tiefling in the rug?
A grapple might actually do wonders on this motherfucker, so yeah, why the hell not? Hard to complete a ritual when you're grappled, I think.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to like just wrap him up in the rug. Grapple.
Okay.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I don't know when I became a ECW fighter, but I guess I
love
am.
I love it.
It's
This is
always
so
been in your
different.
heart.
It was there all along.
Ooh,
19.
All right.
Irin Coalbiter, not the draft horse this time.
Yeah.
I want to see the wrestling draft horse now.
It's like a reverse centaur.
I rolled a 19 plus 1 is a 20.
Oh.
So he dips out of your grapple.
All right.
And let's see, hold on one thing. Okay, got it. Anything else, Irin?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, K1. I'm more of a Veil Tudo guy. This rug is a little unwieldy, so I'm gonna do the old like hold it up in front between us and just like punch him through the rug. Not like through the rug, but you know what I mean. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do I'm gonna do it as a shove action. We're gonna try a shove action or a shove attack
Against the Tiefling?
against the tiefling. Yeah,
Okay.
try to like bowl him over this dais.
You're gonna roll with disadvantage.
All right.
Ooh.
A 10.
He steps out. Let's see. It's against his armor class, right? Because it's an attack.
Contested. Man, now I don't remember.
I always forget about
Me neither.
stuff.
I think it's contested. I think it's the
Yeah,
same as like a grapple. Special melee attack. If you're able to make multiple, target must be strength athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
Got it.
So it's the same as a grapple.
11.
He's one up in you every.
Yep, he's
I know, right?
totally one up in you.
Is he using
You
like
should take that
acrobatics? Like, is
personal.
he strong arming it, or is he like slithering around using acrobatics?
He is.
Athletics or acrobatics.
He is. From what you
Ultrabatic?
understand, is he's just sort of stepping out of the way, like dipping out of the way of Irin.
Sounds like acrobatics to me. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck it. I just kind of let go of the rug then. Spend a key point. And do the old flurry of blows. I just
Okay.
fucking step up and just some quick punches. Yeah, wow. My rolls are so good today.
That misses.
All right, that was one. Here comes the second one. Like a nice elbow strike. There we go.
There you go.
21.
That one hits.
9 damage. It would please the court if he would make a dexterity saving throw.
He just
So
looks at
DC
you. He's like,
15.
"Who are you people?" Dexterity.
Don't you
save?
remember we were looking for work earlier? You turned us away.
You guys go looking for work all over Monmurg and then just kill people when you don't get a job.
We need
Disgruntled.
jobs.
You're
This
disgruntled.
is the only time
applicants.
this is the only time we instigated. The last time they instigated.
What is the DC?
15.
I rolled a 15.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Are we using the same dice?
No, I'm using red dice, and you're using blue dice.
Ah man, that's these blue dice.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
I got nothing else.
All right. Let's see. Oh, you know what? What I forgot to do, which would be a terrible thing to forget.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
When you hit him
That's
for
okay.
how much damage did you do to him? 9 damage.
9er.
Yep.
Does he have fucking ice armor on?
Yes, he does. He is covered in an icy sheen. And you
Oh,
take.
now I know.
You take. Let me look at what level this is. Oh shit! You
He's
take
about to be level 10.
when you cast this one, both the two. How does this work, Theo? How much damage does it give off?
5 times the level it's cast at.
You take 25 cold damage.
Whoa.
Take one of them.
Alright.
I forgot about that.
I just do this. Frosty.
Stay frosty, my friends.
Got chili in here.
All right. That is going to be... Okay. That brings us
Warlock.
to these guys that are right next to you, Irin. They start to stab you with their scimitars. The first one...
That mean they dropped the guy?
They just kind of pushed him forward. They weren't really carrying him. They were kind of strong arming him, up to
sure.
the altar, and so they take a swing at you. The first one is going to roll a 10, which misses.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The second one is going to attack with his scimitar, and he rolls an 11.
Good.
Actually, scratch
glad.
that. He has advantage. Nope, he does not have advantage. Yep, an 11 misses. That brings us to...
There's a secret guy behind me?
There might be. All right, so the rest of these cultists are going to attack the hyena. Natural 1. An 18 hits for 5 slashing, Byron. This one's with advantage. A 17 for 7 slashing. And the last one is a 15 for 3 more slashing. The rest of them are dead already. Brings us to this guy here who is going to look up at the altar. I don't know if you guys can see the ping, but this fella right here on the other side of the hyena.
General Burnsides.
Let's see. Yup. Oh. Yeah, he sure is. You see him make some arcane movements and mutter something under his breath, and let's see if I can find this really quick. I know the suspense is killing you. A mace apparates right next to you, Theo. And his spiritual weapon is going to take a swing at you.
Ah, clerics.
That deck.
What?
Clerics. Rhunar, take care of the cleric. I'm fapping about with that
You
axe.
gotta talk to the hyena.
17 to hit. It's only 3 force damage. And then he is going, that's his bonus action. His action, he's going to attack this hyena, try to put it out of its misery. He does have advantage. Oh, natural 20 for 8.
Oh no.
Does that end it? I think that does. It only had 6 hit points, right?
Oh,
Giant
no.
hyena, yeah, it's dead.
Yep, so he's going to move.
Gizmo, no. You've killed Gizmo.
And then with his last attack, he's going to try to stab you, Theo, with his dagger.
What, a cleric with 2 attacks.
Yep.
He's a
Yeah,
fighter
what about that
cleric.
spiritual weapon?
19 for 3 piercing.
Yep, hits, does damage.
Okay. Let's see.
That was
Wait,
a
why does
action.
why does Theo only get hit for like small damage?
I don't know. You know, sometimes I think that these stat blocks aren't input correctly. I don't know. I do notice that the NPCs oftentimes do really low damage. Anyhow, there's a lot of them. So this guy here is going to turn to look at your approach, Rhunar. I don't know if you saw my ping here.
Yep, I saw him.
He is going to... Oh, my. I need you to make a wisdom save as he pulls out this a straight piece of iron out of his component's pouch and mutters some arcane words and kind of does this towards you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wisdom save versus a DC 11.
Ah, no. Rhunar.
20.
Oh, yeah.
That's
No problem.
that's
No problem.
That's why he's the captain.
Yep.
Now he just made me mad.
That is his turn.
Uh-oh.
The people are going to try to make their way down this hall. Actually, now they're backing up because they see this axe beak. They don't know what to do. Some of the women are screaming. They're kind of bunching up in the middle of this room here. And this man here in the hat that kind of looks like, what's the guy that wrote the Achy Breaky Heart?
Billy Ray Cyrus?
Billy Ray?
Wait, Billy
Yeah,
Ray?
He kind of
No,
looks
that
like
wasn't him. Was
he
it?
kind of looks like Billy Ray Cyrus, doesn't he?
Does a little bit.
We're
Yeah.
gonna give it to you because we love you.
I can't unsee that.
I'm gonna take my horse down to Old Town Road.
He's going to step forward and try to punch this axe beak out of the way. He's got a little bit of a hero complex.
Is he gonna fucking Conan your axe beak?
I'm gonna roll just a straight d20. 10.
Really hoping for that natural 20. I wanted to see him just drop the axe beak.
I'm pretty sure that misses. Yeah, that misses. The axe beak is kind of dodging out of the way as he comes up. He's like, "Let us through!" These two women down here are also going to run past you, Rhunar. You can take attack of opportunity if you want.
Nah, let him go.
Okay. They're going to start running. That is their turn. This individual here, this short, squat individual, Irin and Theo, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Come on, let me roll some good dice.
Hey, there you go.
19.
Yeah.
20.
Irin, roll an additional d20 for me.
D20. Niner.
You see this individual with rage in his eyes glowing red, perspiring almost, this black ichor that seems to be falling off of his body as he snarls and looks at all of you on the dais. And it looks to be a dwarf, and it looks a hell of a lot like your brother Kuda. And he lunges forward and is going to attempt to attack the tiefling with advantage.
Because I certainly don't want to help the tiefling.
Kuda.
He hits him, but let's just see for a minute. There's something here.
Yeah, hopefully he does a lot of damage and gets that ice armor
It's
out
not,
of the
I've
way.
got something for that, don't worry.
He does hit him, and he takes a massive amount of damage from the ice armor. Is it that amount every time, no matter?
It is that amount every time until you
God,
chew
that
through
is
the
so
temporary
cool.
hit points.
Yeah,
Armor of Agathis is the best.
it is. He gets hit
Except
with
when you're
armor of
fighting it.
Agathis as he punches at the tiefling. Okay. It doesn't. You don't get the sense that it's doing a whole lot of damage to the tiefling, and he snarls and he takes another attack. Oh, with advantage though. He's just using unarmed strikes at this point. He doesn't have any weapons, and with the second attack, he misses. That brings us to the tiefling. He is going to, let's see. He is going to cast darkness. Let's see, how do I want to do that? I want to draw a shape. Or, oh yeah, no, I don't have to draw a shape. I have one. Sweet. He uses his action to cast darkness, which is going to go right about here. I don't know if you guys can see that.
That is the most gelatinous looking darkness I've ever seen.
Is that a
So-
ruby?
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is, but that's the darkness spell for all intents and purposes. And then the problem is that I need to put that.
No, you can't see your guy.
Yeah. All right. So everything inside of that is completely dark. There is no, you can't see even with dark vision. It's just complete darkness that surrounds all of you that are up on the dais, and he is going to move out of the space. So
I'm still going to take that
you
attack
can
of
take an
opportunity.
attack of opportunity. It's going to be at disadvantage.
Sentinel don't give two
Actually-
shits.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Nope.
You're not? Oh,
I don't want
wow.
to take the armor bag at this damage at point blank range.
Ooh.
So,
Okay,
no,
so-
even though
Irin, you have an opportunity if you want to take it.
Ooh. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
We're gonna have to eventually.
That
17.
hits. Yeah, you take
that's why Eldritch Blast.
25 points of damage,
Oh, it helps to do it
of
at
cold
range.
damage.
Okay.
And he is going to take 5 bludgeoning damage as he moves out of the space. 10, 15, 20.
How much cold did Irin get?
25.
25.
All right.
For only. Wow.
That was his action. Okay. Byron, to you, sir.
All right. So first, can I get action? Can I get control of the axe beak? Because I'm going to have it attack my enemies.
Absolutely.
Not these people in front of me, though.
Byron. There you go.
Excellent. So I'm going to have the axe beak move in and start attacking cultists. So I'm going to have it go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I'm going to have it take a swing at this top cultist. At the same time as that's happening, I'm going to also have my character move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to get right in this guy's face, and I'm going to growl at him, and I'm going to say, "Turn and fight, you cowards, or they'll come for you next," and try and persuade them to turn and fight with us.
Roll a persuasion check.
I was just here for the sex party. I don't want no part in this.
Yeah, what happened to the nice masquerade ball they were having?
Yep. He looks at you, and you get this sense that he's thinking about it, but you're not sure what he's going to do until his turn.
All right. And then
Yeah, go ahead and roll for attack with your axe beak creature.
the axe beak is going to attempt to slash the top guy for 8. With an 8, I mean.
That's going to miss.
And that's what I got.
Okay. All right, that brings us to Rhunar.
Okay, I'm gonna drop my maul. Bonk.
Plonk.
And then and then I'm gonna sidle around this guy. 1, 2, 3. Or just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fucking ride that thing.
And attack this frickin' deck wizard that tried to do something. Scimitar time.
It's more of a culty wizard.
Yeah, I don't know that this guy's so much of a deck wizard.
Can you draw both scimitars? As
Part
a
of my
free
attack,
action?
yeah. Yeah. With dual wielder? The
Not
fighting
without
style?
2-weapon fighting.
You don't have 2-weapon fighting, so you can only pull one this round.
I can only pull one, huh?
Yep. That's what that feat is for. It allows you to pull both at the same time.
Among other things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
like
have
really
one
the-
Cornucopia of a feat.
Okay. I'll
like
pull my
Kevin
magic
Costner in
scimitar
Silverado.
and use that one. Oh, because I used the free action to drop the
No,
maul.
you dropped the maul. That doesn't cost you any action, but you used your free action to pull one of your scimitars.
Got it.
Now
Okay.
you're going to use your action to attack, I'm assuming.
Yes.
You could use your action to pull the other scimitar if you want, but then you won't be able to use your
Attack.
attack action or your extra attack.
Let me think about what to pull then.
Yeah, give it some thought.
You must choose.
Choose
Choose
wisely.
wisely.
Okay. Let me think.
I've been waiting here in this dungeon for 400 years for one such as you.
And you brought me a rogue. A rug, sorry.
Okay, I'll attack him.
I brought
with
you
my
this rug.
scimitar.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
I mean, it really ties the room together.
Let me just make sure I got everything set up. Okay. $19.
Yeah, that'll hit. For 8 slashing. Okay. Extra attack.
Yeah, I'll do my extra attack. Let me just check one thing real quick.
Sure.
Really annoyed that none of us have Mage Slayer yet.
That seems
keep-
thematically appropriate.
I keep talking about taking it.
I'm sure it will happen at some point.
Mage Slayer, yeah. That'd be nice.
I think if Korkoros had stayed in the party, he would have totally taken Mage Slayer.
Okay, second extra attack.
That one hits.
14. I would like to use a inspiration superiority dice
Okay.
to use a menacing attack.
Okay.
Do I
Go ahead and
roll
roll
the
your, Yep. Roll your superiority die. You're going to add that to the damage.
Oh, okay.
So
6.
an additional 6 damage. Very nice. Very nice.
And then he has to try to make a wisdom
Make a
saving
wisdom
throw
save.
Nice.
against 16.
9.
Good DC.
He
All
is
right.
frightened of you.
Nice.
He is now frightened of me.
Yep.
You're a scary guy.
As if hitting him twice with massive scimitar attacks wasn't enough. He's now officially frightened of you.
All right. Okay, that's my turn.
All right, Theo. You are in magical darkness.
Theo is going to kind of just yell, "Coming through!" and attempt to move straight forward until he gets out of the darkness.
Okay.
So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If it's that easy. I don't know if, like, is there a difficulty for just doing that, or are we good?
Why would there be a
Like-
difficulty, just out of curiosity?
You can move.
No
through
idea.
people.
I've not spent a lot of time in darkness. If that movement's fine, that
I will
movement's
say
fine.
this: roll, because there's an altar
Oh, that
and
dies.
a stone dais, and then there's an altar like right in front of you, basically.
And a
And
dude.
and there's a dude standing on top of the altar. We'll put you back here for a minute, but roll an athletics check. And this is going to be kind of like not really a shove attack, but it's just going to be a contested, moving through my space kind of situation.
That's why I yelled coming through. But yeah, 20.
Yep. So let's see.
Nice. If I had 20s,
Oh.
we wouldn't be in this situation.
I know, right? He'd be in a rug.
I also
guy would
rolled.
be
I
in a
also
wreck.
rolled a 20 for the dwarven creature that looks like Kuda. So basically, when there's a tie, that means that the situation doesn't change. So you don't move through that space. I will give you the opportunity to move around him through the other guy if you want, but we'll say you've used 5 feet of your movement already to try to get through the dwarf. You kind of push against him, and he pushes you back, and you
Can I
don't
go
make
through
any
the-
progress.
Could I go through the commoner instead to the north?
You
So-
could do that as well.
So we'll try and do that.
Yep. Go ahead and do the same thing with an athletics roll against this commoner fellow.
Oh no!
Eh.
Oh no! They've boxed Theo. They've boxed you in.
I rolled a 9,
Motherfucker.
so that's another 5 feet of movement that you've used.
Ah no!
Do you want to try going through the guy to the south?
Why the hell not? Well,
Yeah,
there's
might as well. I mean, you're
do.
committed at this point.
He's a pinball wizard. There we go.
16.
That's good. Yep.
Yep,
Hey.
you push through him. So you use 5, 10, so 15. So you've got 15 feet of movement left.
So 5, 10, 15, dash, 5. Oh, hey, I'm out. 10. There that fucker is.
Before you get that far, though, they are going to take attacks of opportunity on you as you move through the darkness. It is going to be a disadvantage because they can't see you. So let me do one here. A 10 is not going to hit.
Does not.
And the other one, disadvantage. A 9 is not going to hit. So they miss you as you sneak out of the darkness.
Wouldn't say you missed me, Bob.
You dashed out.
Dash out, get far enough to make out the tiefling over there, and just kind of point the sword at him and go, "You!" And the chains of blue lightning kind of flash for a second as I will hit him with the Wrath of the Blade Bearer as my bonus action.
Remind me what that is?
It is in chat. It does nothing now, but I've got him marked. I get bonus to damage, crit on a 1920, and if he dies, I get hit points.
Got it. Okay, let me give him a token here.
Guys, he dies.
Is that a spell?
It is not. It is a class ability.
That's pretty cool. All right. So he is got the Wrath of the Blade Bearer on him. Anything else you'd like to do, sir?
That's all I've got.
All right, Irin, you as well are stuck in this crazy darkness. Something you may have not experienced before, actually.
Maybe I have. Maybe I have tricks up my sleeve. I reach into my pouch, into my pocket. I pull out a small object. I say, "Seek Turvasil," and throw my secret dart.
Nice.
So he must make a dexterity saving throw, and hopefully roll less than a 16.
And the beauty of that is that you don't have to see him. Correct?
I was gonna roll a 17.
I do not need to see him.
Well,
All right. Dexterity save.
I just
If
must
it's a
have
17, I'm calling shenanigans.
I just must
8.
have seen the target before, but I do not need to see it now. So he will take. Awesome. So he obviously was lower than the 16. So he will take D4 piercing damage,
4.
which I will roll a 4, and 3D4 lightning damage.
Ooh, that's fun. Theo, you're probably the only one that sees it happen. The dart flies out of this magical darkness, landing right into his chest, and you see this arc of electrical energy just scatter and ripple across his icy chest.
Ice
He's still
chest.
iced up.
All right, nice one. Anything else, Irin?
Yes, absolutely. I am going to spend a key point and use a patient defense to dodge, and I will trigger a hit die usage from my cool dwarf power. Yes, that's great. Thank you for continuing to roll like shit. My dice.
It's those blue dice of yours.
I know.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say, "Kudos, is that you?"
All
That's
right.
it.
You just hear, and you hear, you just can't see anything. You just hear sounds of people struggling, basically. All right. So we've got the cultists. This fella here has been hit pretty hard. But he's got spunk, and he's a cultist. He'll die for his cause. He's gonna get behind you, Rhunar, and attack you.
Does the murder bird get an attack of opportunity?
It does actually.
Bird,
Yay, murder bird!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Using its
He may
beak
not
to
make
peck
it over
the
there,
guys.
depending on what happens here.
Murder bird. Murder bird.
No, the murder bird
rolled a
misses.
6.
Give up the murder
Oh,
bird.
come on. I even got my murder bird shirt on tonight.
That's
And
cool.
he is nice. 19 to hit you, Rhunar, for 6 slashing damage.
Oh, he attacked me too?
Yeah.
Okay. 6
No, the
slashing.
murder bird did not attack you. The guy did.
No, the cultist did.
Yeah.
All right. So
Fucking
then
cultists.
this cultist is going to move forward. Sees you emerge from the darkness, Theo, and is going to move forward to attack you with a scimitar. Uh, 15, I believe that misses.
Does not hit.
Okay, so he misses. Let's see, 1, 2. There are 2 cultists that are adjacent to Irin that are going to attack with disadvantage because they can't quite see you. First
And
one
because
is
of
a
patient defense. So
is
much
a
disadvantage.
10. Oh, that's right, you are patient defensed. And an
Yeah.
8. They both miss you.
Yes.
Brings us to this fella. He is going to... let's see. He's going to move out as well. And Kuda is going to take a swing at him
Ah.
with disadvantage. Natural 1.
Coalbiters
10.
roll like shit.
He's going to move here behind this pillar. So these, just so you guys know, I didn't know if I mentioned this, but these are pillars.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to, with his action, Rhunar,
Yes.
make a wisdom saving throw.
This guy right in front of me is trying to attack me.
Nope, wisdom save. You're being attacked with a spell.
Is it the guy
From a
that I made afraid of me,
distance.
though?
No.
It is not.
Okay.
From a distance.
It's this guy over in this general area.
Rhunar makes a save.
Wisdom.
Yes, sir. No problem.
18.
You totally make it. Nice. And he's going to use his bonus action to move his spiritual weapon out of the darkness to the edge and attack Theo with it. And misses horribly with a 5.
Whoop.
Let's see. Then this guy here is frightened of you. I always forget exactly what frightened does. Disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls. Creature can't willingly move. Move closer. All right. He is. Let's see. Yeah. I need you, Rhunar, to make a dex save. This should be easy for you.
Coming at me again.
Mm-hmm. He's
Bells
scared. He's trying to defend
everywhere.
himself now. This should be easy.
13.
Yep. You dodge out of the way as this radiant flame kind of shoots out of the air towards you, and you sidestep it. Let's see. All right, so Byron, you are trying to persuade this guy, and he looks at you, and Billy Ray Cyrus looks at you and looks back, and he says, "My achy breaky heart," and he's gonna try to push through you to leave. Do you try to stop him?
If he's pushing me, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try to brush past
Definitely.
you. I mean, he's not like trying to attack you, but he's gonna try to move past you. So
I'm gonna attack him.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack of opportunity.
Would you have done that if he looked like Clint Black?
Yep.
I always liked Clint Black. Oh well.
How dare you?
He wants to run. He takes 22 damage.
You just killed Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, you did. You
now
drop him.
Miley's going to come after you.
Oh man, like a wrecking ball too. She's a berserker.
Yep. At that point, the rest of these individuals move into your space and push past you, or do you want to try to stop them? They're moving now. They're scared and they're leaving the space. You can well, you've already taken a reaction actually, so you really can't.
Yep.
So they're gonna push past you. Let's see, how do I move all of them at
All
the
right.
same time? They're gonna push past you. Did I just move you too?
He did, but I can move myself back.
All right, thank you.
Oh yeah. There's two women on top of each other. In the back there. Next to the yep, there you go.
That's all right. No judgment. All right, so they exit stage left, and the individual who you see as who you think might be Kuda is going to run out of this darkness, and he is going to look over at the tiefling and start to move towards him. And as he does that, let's see, what's your passive perception, Theo?
Yeah, 1 second. 13.
13. You watch as a strange swirl of energy from behind the tiefling emerges from the darkness, and this strange portal opens. And as Kuda races towards the tiefling to take an attack at him, there is a snap of this flaming whip that comes through the portal and grapples Kuda and pulls him towards the portal. And he is pulled in and disappears into the portal.
That's not good.
The fuck?
The portal is still there. It doesn't close. It's wreathed in flame and it's burning, and you can almost, well, you can hear wailing from inside wherever it goes to. And it's the tiefling's turn, and the tiefling turns and looks at it and looks back at you, and he starts to move away. And as he does, another lash of flaming whip energy comes out and grabs him and pulls him towards it. And he gets pulled in and disappears into the portal as well. And I guess it's 10 o'clock, so let's stop there with this portal opening, and it's apparated here in this space, flaming, wailing sounds coming from it, and two of the key members of this battle have just been pulled inside of it. And that also, we'll say this too, just to be consistent here. This this darkness disappears, and you are now, Irin, you can now see also this flaming portal to the north. And we'll stop there for the night. We'll pick up. Yeah.
A great deal of what?
Damn.
We will we'll pick up there next time.
I did not expect most of this.
I expected everything right up to the portal to hell, and it's like, oh,
Quite a few casters down here.
No kidding.
Well, it is a cult.
Yep.
We needed Mage Slayer.
Not wrong. Wow. All right then.
That was fun.
God dang.
really escalated quickly.
Yeah, that got out of hand. Brick opened a portal to hell.
Yeah.
Killed a guy.
Brick killed a
Rhunar
guy.
killed the guy.
Brick killed a
Rhunar,
guy.
where'd you get that trident?
With a trident.
Rhunar, where'd you get that maul?
I just pick things up as I go. I don't know.
Oh god, we're now the Anchorman cast.
I'm
Great.
proficient with it all.
I love lamb.
Runar's,
Hey,
Runar's always
the
got
problem is-
something.
The
Did you
problem
say-
is we're all brick.
Did you say trident?
Oh, I got one of those. Hold on.
Pull it out of my bag.
Holy hell, everyone. Holy hell.
Hold
And then
to
there's
hell.
this tree. There's just this tree in the middle of this place.
Yeah.
It's
there's
weird
like a
place,
tree.
man.
Portals to hell.
Brit killed a guy.
Rhunar killed a guy.
You know, I killed at least one.
There's an axe beak.
I killed two, actually.
Yeah, you guys really, you cut through those cultists, no problem.
Fucking Luke Wilson rode in on a giant hyena.
Byron killed a fleeing Billy Ray Cyrus. I mean, you know,
Byron killed Billy Cyrus.
that's canon. Sorry, Billy.
Man.
Much
I was
love.
counting on you, Billy.
New
a good
BBEG is
case.
going to be Miley. That's going to get hilariously awful because
Yeah.
she's going to
Gonna-
destroy us.
We're gonna escalate until we're
Oh
fighting
my God,
like
can you imagine?
all of the Grand Ole Opry stars or something.
I have standards. If they come for us, I surrender.
Do you think we could get Miley Cyrus as a guest player in the big finale of Beyond Saltmarsh? Oh man!
I'm gonna guess no, but
You know,
Somebody-
weirder things have happened.
maybe. That's
Somebody
true.
tweet at Miley.
I'll
Pete
talk to my
Wittenberger. You know, reach out to Miley, please.
Invite her. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
you
sure
know
it'll
what?
get
Open
through.
invitation,
Yeah.
Miley. We know you're watching. We've got an open invitation for you if you want to jump in on our next
Yeah.
session.
And revenge
Um,
your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Billy.
Billy, if you're listening,
means I
we can
die.
bring you back. We can make you better. We have the technology.
I mean, that guy does look like Billy Ray Cyrus, doesn't he?
A little bit, yeah.
He
little
really
bit,
kind of
yeah.
does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Well, he did.
I really like that you
He did.
actually have a different token for everyone in this instead of like they're just the same token.
they have, you know, these are people, Irin.
I know.
These are
I-
you know, they're
I'm saying that's
individuals
good,
with, with a
yeah.
history and a rich, you know, culture and, you know, the backstories. You should see the
I feel like this
and
other
pages
guy's
of
like-
backstories that I have.
This other guy's like older Giovanni Ribisi.
Well, that's possible too. Yes.
Can we see these tokens later and remember them? Can we claim to remember them from this moment?
You could potentially.
And what?
Yeah, you could potentially. You know, you probably need to make some rolls to be able to do that, to recall
Okay.
that. But if you like want to go on a vengeance sort of path, oath of
I
vengeance.
got way too many people on that list.
I know your
way
list
too
is,
many people on that
it's a
list.
very long list, folks.
It's
And
like
if
There's
you're
really
on
only one that I'm really worried about, and it's that dang guy in the woods from the Dreadwood.
I just want to say this, Linda. We're concerned about your son, and if you could maybe talk to him
Yeah.
about his tendencies
some-
here.
Yeah, he's got some tendencies.
I think that's probably why my rolls were so bad. I should have dedicated each roll to Linda as I
Dude,
made that,
Yeah.
and I
That
probably
axe-
would have rolled better.
You were
The
so
axe
busy
peak
with
hasn't
that
hit
rug.
anything yet.
You were like,
Yeah.
the decor.
I don't know what that was
really-
about.
Well, like initially I was gonna like throw it over this sensor, like this smoke thing,
Mhm.
if the smoke was doing some, I don't know, or
Sure,
use it
sure.
to tackle somebody.
Mhm. Yeah, you rolled terribly against.
I really rolled
Tiefling.
really bad.
You had a
I-
lot of bad rolls in there. It was impressive.
Which
Yeah.
you know was good for
And
him
then I
at
rolled-
the time, but
And then I
if you
rolled good against the Tiefling, and then he rolled better.
yeah, which is good for him at the time. But if you think about what just happened to him, maybe it would have been better
also
if he
not
had,
good.
yeah, if he had gotten grappled.
If he had gotten into a figure 4 leg lock, yeah.
That
But-
axe peak rolled a 9
on
and
the
8
other
and
hand-
6.
That Seeker Dart was pretty clutch.
That secret is
Hell yeah.
amazing.
Yep,
Yeah,
those secret
that was
darts are
awesome.
great. How many of
I
those do you
forgot
have?
about those.
I have 3 left.
Yeah, those are nice.
I definitely renamed my set of nice clothes. It's now called Slightly Nicer but Bloody and Torn Clothes.
Nice. That's great. Well,
Wow.
I guess we'll have to find out what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next
Did you
week.
succeed on all of your yellow dice rolls here?
Oh, you
I
didn't
didn't
switch
make
colors.
any.
You didn't make any yellow dice rolls?
I didn't make
Oh.
any dice rolls since I switched, yeah.
Shoot.
Because it's 10 o'clock and people got
Yeah.
sucked through a portal, and I rolled shit for initiative.
Hopefully you roll better next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Let's hope so. All right, well, hey,
Should we
if
say
anyone's still
goodbye to-
watching,
Yeah, Twitch.
thanks for watching.
Folks, thanks for watching. Pete Lutenberger,
Yeah.
thanks for the sub. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Are we smashing the follow buttons and all that stuff? Somebody is.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, you know, maybe
Smash it.
hit the notification button so that you'll get a little notification on your phone when we go
Wow.
live. It'll be you'll know, you'll be like, oh yeah, the Superior Adventures Guild, they're doing some D&D right now, and I'm gonna watch it.
And if you're watching it in the past, turn back now after you click like and subscribe.
That's true.
Wow. You guys are so official. I love it. This is great. All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching. We really appreciate it. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.